no longer have access to that quest, and we don't get a new one to replace it, which means we have lost an opportunity to earn more experience and money. It apparently takes a while for the cogs of justice to start rolling here in the Institute. After completing this quest, we find Justin Io sitting in his chambers just fine. He doesn't have any further dialogue options. His terminal has nothing new on it. We actually have to zone out of the Institute and wait a few days. I waited 3 days to see the ramifications of this choice. Scientists roaming around the concourse occasionally have something to say about it.
I don't envy Dr. Seaford. Having to take over the SRB.
It must make you proud to see.
It's pretty despicable what Dr. Ao was doing.
Heading into robotics, we can see what Alan Benet has to say.
All that time, Dr. Ao was blaming me just to keep everyone's eyes off of him. The man was utterly without scruples.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Now that Dr. Ao's plot has been exposed, things back to normal, I certainly don't miss Dr. Ao and his courses looking over my shoulder all day. So you'll be our new director someday. That was unexpected.
And it looks like things are peachy keen here, with Justin out of the picture. Then, if we head into SRB, we can talk with Alana Secord.
I still can't believe what Justin was doing. Now he's been banished and I'm in charge. Acting director? I really wasn't ready for this. Guess I'll just have to make the best of it. First Dr. Zimmer, then Dr. Ao. How many people is SRB gonna lose?
But that's all she says about the matter, and none of the terminals and SRB have any changes. But, going all the way back to our talk with Liam, we of course have the option to turn Liam in.
Nice try, kid. But that's not happening.
Well, I guess that's it for me then. At least now I can prove my dad is innocent. And don't worry, I won't try to run. I wouldn't know where to go anyway.
With that, we make X688 happy, but poor Liam here becomes despondent. Heading into SRB, we can turn Liam into Justin Io.
It's not Alan Benet that's helping the synths. It's his son, Liam.
The boy? I wouldn't have thought him capable of such a thing.
Believe it or don't, but I know for a fact that it's him.
I won't ask how you found out, but others might. Hopefully you can prove it, if needed.
Underestimating Liam was a costly mistake.
Maybe. But it's a mistake I'll shortly be correcting.
The kid's smart. Smarter than you realize.
He really is his father's son, yes.
What's gonna happen to him?
We will teach him a memorable lesson about the price of interfering in our operation. Well, you tracked down the culprit and plugged the leak. Congratulations are in order. I admit, I didn't think you could pull it off.
I'll try not to take that personally.
I won't make that mistake again.
That's what this was about? You wanted to embarrass me?
What? No, of course not. I resent the accusation. I just saw an opportunity to show you the inner workings of Institute security.
This better be the last time you screw up.
Yes, well, I'll be taking steps to make sure this never happens again.
Let's make sure this can't happen again.
I intend to implement improved internal security measures. And that includes tighter monitoring of our network. Soon, nothing will go on here that I don't know about. You've helped the SRB in this matter. And now it's time I return the favor. We keep a small reserve of currency for those times when my coursers have to deal with the surface dweller. Here, take this. It might prove useful for you.
For that, we complete the quest plugging a leak, and we get 1,000 bottle caps. A huge haul, so I don't know if it's better than getting Liam's glasses. But at least we don't have to pass a charisma check to get the money. Now, like with our other option to solve this quest, the cogs of justice move slowly in the Institute. We have to fast travel away and come back 3 days later before we find that anything has changed here in the Institute. If we do, and head into robotics, we find Alan Benet in mourning.
I have failed completely as a father. There's no other way to put it. How does one cope with the loss of a child? Where do you even start? I'm the one who filled Liam's head with silly, idealistic notions about synths. Now I'll never see him again. I hoped one day that Liam would work alongside me. Now all I can do is hope that he's still alive up there. I've been avoiding my quarters. I can't bear to be there without Liam. Too many memories. If only I paid more attention to Liam, to what he was doing. Maybe I could have saved him.
We must remember that the reason Alan Benet is living with Eve, his personal synth, is because he already lost his wife. If we solve the quest this way, now he's lost both his wife and his only son. Alan Benet is now completely alone. Well, except for the company of Eve, but he doesn't really seem to treat her as a person. The scientists in the Institute have something to say about it.
If it wasn't for you, Liam would still be setting the synths loose on the surface. Poor Dr. Benet. He'll probably never see his son again.
And if we manage to keep Eve alive, we find her alone in her quarters, grieving.
You go to the surface sometimes, right? If you see Liam, tell him that we miss him so much, and we hope he has a good life. Alan hasn't been the same since Liam was banished. It's been very difficult for Alan and I. Liam meant everything to us. Alan hardly talks to me anymore. Without Liam, it's so quiet here.
Despite what Eve says here, I don't think we ever see Liam again. He was exiled to the Commonwealth, but he doesn't show up in any random encounters. I actually tried searching for some, but after completing this quest, I was never able to trigger any, nor have I found any evidence online that any random encounters with Liam exist. Now, we saw how much Alan Benet grieved the loss of his son, but if we kill Eve, we can't even talk with Alan about it. He doesn't say anything about missing Eve. It's like he doesn't even notice that she's gone. For all that talk about maybe synths are people too, he still treats her like a robot. We got some really interesting character insight for Justin Io here. Maybe he gave us this quest because he wanted to humiliate us, maybe not. But there were a number of moments during this quest where he owned up to his own mistakes. He admitted that he made a miscalculation. He admitted that he misjudged us. And it takes character to be able to do that. Now, there are two types of men who find themselves in charge of a secret police and use that position to bully everyone around them. First is the kind of guy who does it because he takes pleasure in it. He is ultimately insecure, and having power over people and lording that power over them makes him feel more secure. But then there's the kind of guy who does it because he thinks it's the way you get things done. He doesn't necessarily derive any personal pleasure from intimidating others, or if he does, it's a side benefit. No, he does it because he lacks the social graces to achieve results any other way. And that's the kind of guy I think Justin Io is. He bullies and intimidates the other scientists in the Institute because he thinks that's the best way to get his results. His greatest objective, his highest priority, is to achieve results for the Institute. He doesn't realize that bullying and intimidation actually produces worse results. It creates a hostile work environment that makes other people anxious. Anxious scientists that might not be looking forward to work the next morning, who might not do their best work because they're constantly looking over their shoulder for fear of what Justin Io might do to them. Instead of working with other people to achieve their needs so he can achieve his needs, he focuses on his needs only and bullies anyone who might be an obstacle in his way. So he cares about the Institute and he wants to do a good job, but he doesn't have very good leadership abilities. He's not really suited for his role. He would make a great lieutenant, not a general, director of a department. Now, of course, it would have been incredibly satisfying to banish Justin Io, put Alana Secord in charge, and one might even say that the rest of the Institute would benefit from that decision. But in my game, with Nate, the incoming director, I see the potential in Justin Io, and I see him as a useful tool, just being used in the wrong capacity right now. So I chose to kill Eve because I couldn't pass the charisma check, and to turn Liam in so we could keep Justin Io for use later. So we've resolved one mystery. But this isn't the only problem in the Institute right now. Father naming Nate the next director has ruffled quite a few feathers. We'll tackle those problems in my next episode. I publish new Fallout videos each and every week on my channel, so if you don't want to miss that episode, be sure to subscribe and to click that bell notification button. If you have already, but you still feel like you're missing out on YouTube notifications, consider following me on Twitter @Oxhorn. I update Twitter manually with every new piece of content that I publish. I've got a shirt shop with completely unique designs that you can't find anywhere else. My designs come on shirts in a variety of men's, women's, and children's sizes, and in a wide array of colors. You can find them on other products as well, like smartphone cases, pillows, posters, mugs, stickers, prints, etc. So if interested, you can find a link to my shop in the description below, or you can click here. If you like what I do and you want to support me in another way, consider sending me a super thanks on this video. Your super thanks directly contribute to the production of this series. You can become a patron on Patreon or a member here on YouTube. YouTube members get little badges that appear next to their names in the comment sections of my videos, and access to ox emojis that they can use in my video comments and in the live chats of my live streams. But more than anything, I'm just so glad you're here watching this video with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with the next episode in the full story of Fallout 4.
Specimens seem agitated today. Wonder if it's a reaction to their recent dietary changes.
What are you talking about? They're acting the same as they do every day.
They may look docile, but I assure you that is not the case. You can tell by their posture. They look anxious, ready for trouble, as it were.
Yes, of course.
I observe them every day. They might be the most remarkable creations in the Institute's history.
I've never understood why we created them in the first place. I still don't see their purpose.
I like to think the ability to create them is purpose enough.
Of course.
In our last episode, we discovered who was freeing the synths from the Institute. Much to Justin Io's both chagrin and pleasure, Father wants us to talk with Allie Fillmore, but on our way, we hear about a problem.
Sounds like things are pretty bad in bioscience. I hope you can resolve the situation.
With that, we begin the quest, A House Divided. Talk to Newton Oberly. Dr. Oberly needs us. I wonder what's going on. It appears that we're out of the loop. Word of this latest catastrophe has spread all around the Institute.
Higgs and Logan have officially lost their minds. They'll be lucky not to be exiled. Without access to bioscience, how are we going to eat?
If you ask me, this ridiculous plot by Higgs and Logan is just a stunt to get
Holding our
attention.
food supply hostage? Higgs and Logan are delusional if they think that's going to work.
Higgs and Logan have officially lost their minds. They'll be lucky not to be exiled.
Higgs and Logan are no better than children throwing a temper tantrum.
What are Higgs and Logan doing? Holding the Institute's food supply hostage? We find Newton Oberly inside bioscience.
Goodness sake, be reasonable. I know you can hear me. Now open this door. What's the use? It's damn selfish. That's what it is.
What's going on?
Dr. Higgs and Dr. Logan have decided to protest your appointment as father's successor. They've taken control of the bioscience security systems and cut off our food supply.
That kind of insubordination can't be tolerated.
Have they made any demands?
Not yet, but I expect they'll demand that you renounce all ties to the Institute.
Oh, great. Like I don't have enough problems.
Well, I'm sorry you've been inconvenienced, but solving personnel issues is part of an administrator's job.
They've lost their minds.
No, they've lost faith.
I'm sure they'll calm down in time.
I know these men, and I can assure you they are completely serious.
Is there a way I can communicate with them?
As a matter of fact, there is.
This isn't going to change anything.
Well, perhaps if you could just talk to them, this could all be resolved peacefully. In fact, I think I can help you with that.
It's one thing to protest, but this is going way too far.
Look, I can see that you're angry, but please, talk to them before resorting to more violent measures.
Maybe I can reason with them.
I believe I can help with that. I can unlock the maintenance tunnel that leads to the bioscience observation room. From there, you should be able to communicate with Higgs and Logan. If you can't reason with them, you can use this holotape to access the command functions on the observation room terminal. That should give you some options. Just please, try to talk to them first. Use violence only as a last resort.
With that, he gives us the Bioscience Systems Access Holotape. I wonder what these command functions let us do. He then moves over to this nearby door.
Here we are. Just give me a moment. There, it's unlocked.
Which is weird because this isn't a tunnel, and it was never locked before this quest. We had to open this door and explore this side passage to find the FEV lamp, which we were able to do in our first Institute video. That Newton Oberly leaves, he's gonna let us handle it, but it appears that Higgs and Logan have rewired some synths. We find hostile Gen 2s in the next room. Navigating through these rooms, we see that they've also activated ceiling-mounted turrets. With the turrets in synth-stead, we can head down the corridor into the small greenhouse and through a door into the observation room. But they notice us.
Aha! I thought I heard something. Made it past the guards. Impressive.
Logan talks to us through the observation window.
If you've come to change our minds, you're wasting your time.
Can we talk about this?
Father chose not to talk to the Directorate before anointing you his successor. So how about I follow his fine example?
You're upset. I get it. You've made your point. Now, open the door.
I'm not taking orders from you. You haven't earned my respect, and you never will.
I had a more direct solution in mind.
Oh, really? Our sent guards are programmed to attack anyone who enters here. So by all means, come and join us. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
I know you're angry. There's a better way to handle this.
Oh, you're wrong. You see, I've tried talking. For years, I've suggested that we do things differently here, but nobody listens. Let's see if anyone can afford to ignore me now.
We have 4 options, including 1 charisma check.
Don't you think you're being a little selfish here?
Far from it. What we do to protect the Institute.
I'm not a patient person, Dr. Higgs.
Unlike you, Dr. Loken and I are very patient. We have more than enough food to stay locked in here as long as is necessary. You and the others will go hungry long before we do.
Don't force me to take drastic measures, Doctor.
Oh, so you mean to martyr us then? I assure you, Dr. Loken and I are prepared to make any sacrifice in order to uphold the ideals of the Institute.
Or if we fail the charisma check,
Father believes in me. The least you can do is give me a chance.
No, the risk is too great. Without experienced and competent leadership, the Institute could be thrown into chaos. Decades of research could be jeopardized.
Last chance, Doctor. Sure you won't change your mind? I thought you were a reasonable man. Maybe I was wrong.
This is much bigger than just you and I. I'm protecting decades of research and progress. The answer is no. We will not back down.
You're a stubborn fool. And you're not gonna like how this ends.
Nor will you. You leave us here. Everyone else will starve because you were too stubborn to refuse Father's appointment. Remove us by force, and everyone will fear and despise you. I'm afraid you lose either way.
We seem to be at an impasse.
Then there's nothing more to talk about, is there? Father's heir apparent. He made it past your impenetrable defenses.
What if he got that far?
Compose yourself, man. We've always known the risks, but we are still in control.
with that, Higgs walks to Loken, and we've got to find a different way in. That dialogue tree was complicated, and we'll explore the options that we get if we pass the charisma check in a bit. But since we couldn't convince him to open the door, we gotta figure out a different way to do this. Thankfully, Newton Oberly gave us the command holotape, and all we need to do is insert it into this nearby bioscience terminal. Inside, we find three options. We can disable automated turrets. We already destroyed those in the corridor. We can initiate a specimen release, or we can unlock the door. If we unlock the door,
The door's unlocked. Since Defense Protocol 1!
The synths protecting Max and Lawrence turn hostile, and we have to destroy them.
Is someone present? I have found you.
With the synths dead, Higgs and Loken cower in the corner. And now we have to decide what to do with them.
Dr. Logan,
You have a lot to learn if you're really going to be the next director of the Institute.
it's over, Dr. Higgs.
What do you plan to do now? Kill us and take the key? Go on then. Prove how right we were.
Is that what you want? To be a martyr?
I want only what's best for the Institute. It's all I've ever wanted.
This has gone on long enough. Open the door now.
You're beaten, Dr. Higgs. Your plan failed. Now open the door.
No. I refuse. Now do your worst.
Enough. Have you lost your mind, Lawrence? I'll do it. I'll open the door.
Max, no.
It's over, Lawrence. And you're a fool if you can't see that. Now, unless you intend to shoot me, please stand aside while I put an end to this.
Future generations will remember this decision, Max. I'll make sure of it.
If we choose any of those three options, Max Loken walks to the terminal and unlocks the door.
I suggest we confine ourselves to quarters until our fate's decided. We can at least face the consequences with our dignity intact.
What choice do we have?
Higgs and Loken then leave bioscience and confine themselves in their quarters. We now have to decide what to do with them. However, the fourth dialogue option is to attack.
I'm ending this right now.
Both men cower. They don't defend themselves. On Higgs' body is the security override password. Oddly enough, even though Max Loken unlocks and opens the door if we choose the peaceful route, we don't find the override code on his inventory. With the keycard in hand, we can go to the nearby bioscience terminal where we see a security override in progress and access is restricted. We can use the holotape to unlock the door and leave bioscience. However, going all the way back to when we were in the observation room, there was another option on the terminal where we used the holotape that Oberly gave us, besides just unlocking the door. And that option was to initiate specimen release. If we choose this option,
The Gorilla Pin door is opening.
the safety glass closing off the gorilla pin slides aside, and the synth gorillas wreak havoc on bioscience. They race around the room, killing the Gen 2 synths and Higgs and Loken. In practice, however, I found this encounter to be a bit glitchy. They're also aggressive to the sole survivor and his companion, and so sometimes, even though Higgs and Loken are closer, they'll focus on us or our companion, race to the door, and ignore the rest of them. Regardless, we next have to go into the room and kill the synth gorillas. And if the gorillas didn't kill any of the Gen 2 synths or Higgs and Loken, we've got to kill them too.
Sloppy tactics, bad aim. This won't take long.
We then loot the security override password holotape from Higgs, and we find synthetic gorilla meat on the gorilla corpses. This is the only way to get this exceptionally rare resource. Well, I mean, it's not really a resource. We can't do anything with it. We can't cook it, though we can eat it. It heals 30 hit points, and because it comes from a synth gorilla that was never exposed to radiation, it does not dose us in rats. Compare that to Brahmin meat, which only heals us for 10 hit points and over 10 seconds. With the synth meat, it instantly heals 30 hit points. And actually, there is one other way to get gorilla meat if we make a certain choice much later in the game. But this meat only comes from the synth gorillas, and here there are only 2. It has no real purpose, but a collector might want it. Then we leave bioscience just like before. But there's another way to resolve this. Going all the way back to the conversation we had with Higgs on the other side of the observation class, we could pass the red charisma check.
Father believes in me. The least you can do is give me a chance.
How could you hope to lead us when you hardly know anything about what we do? I'm sure you mean well, but you must see that it's an impossible task.
This brings us to a new dialogue tree, which has its own pitfalls.
You'd rather everyone fight over the job?
Is that what's best for the Institute?
I agree that the transition will be chaotic, but eventually, a leader will emerge from that chaos. Then things will return to normal, and the work will resume.
Maybe, maybe not. All I'm asking is that you keep an open mind.
I'm sorry, but our minds are made up. Both Dr. Loken and I have resolved to stand our ground.
If I just stay out of everyone's way, it should be easy.
If only it were that simple. Unfortunately, you don't have Father's scientific background. You can't hope to relate to us or understand the work we do here.
I'm under no illusion that this will be easy.
Your determination is admirable, if misguided. The truth is simply this. You have no idea what it means to be the director of the Institute.
This brings us to yet another dialogue tree with another charisma check to pass. If we don't pass any of the charisma checks,
Can't you at least give me a chance?
Out of the question. Even with the best of intentions, the amount of damage you might cause could set us back years. If you truly want to honor Father's legacy, then you should leave here and never return.
If neither of us is willing to change our minds, then I guess that's that. What you've done here is inexcusable. And you will answer for it. I know you're upset, but I'm not going to change my mind.
There's nothing more to say then. Of course, sooner or later, the others will be forced to take my side. I think you'll find that hunger can be very persuasive.
he again walks over to Max, and even though we passed the red charisma check, we still have to use the holotape to open the door, and the quest plays out like we've already explored. But if we passed the second yellow charisma check,
Can't you at least give me a chance?
A chance? What do you think, Max?
The most fastidious researcher must sometimes take a leap of faith. I say let's give it a try.
Very well then. Open the door and let's return to the fold.
Since, abort command override and resume normal function.
he has the synths stand down, but he doesn't unlock the door. We still have to use the holotape to unlock it. And of course, from this holotape, even after passing these charisma checks, we could still release the synth gorillas. The men walk out the door and return to their quarters. When done, we can leave bioscience and step outside. And upon doing so, we find Newton Overly waiting for us. And depending on our choices inside, we have one of two interactions with Oberly. If any of our choices resulted in Higgs and Loken dying, we have the following conversation.
That was unfortunate. We don't like violence here, and I fear your actions will have consequences.
What was I supposed to do? Let everyone starve?
I don't mean to preach. I simply wish that matters could have been resolved more peacefully.
The important thing is that we got the food supply back.
You're right, of course. When Higgs and Logan chose their path, they chose the consequences that go with it.
Stop whining and be grateful that I got your food supply back.
Yes, of course. Sorry if I seemed ungrateful.
The food supply is secure. I'd still call that a win.
In the short term, perhaps. But choosing violence always carries a cost. I'll see that the mess in hydroponics is cleaned up. I suppose I should also make the funeral arrangements. Well, there's much to do, so I'll get about it. In the meantime, I'm sure everyone will be relieved that this is over.
And despite him saying that there would be consequences, there are literally no consequences for killing Higgs and Loken. Not even the other scientists in the concourse have anything to say about our decision, but they have something to say about every other decision we can make. So essentially, the most potentially consequential choice we could have made has the fewest consequences. Alternatively, if we left bioscience with Higgs and Loken alive, we have a completely different conversation with Overly that has a myriad of choices.
Newton.
Bravo! I admit I was fearing for the worst, but I can see that I underestimated you.
What do you mean you feared the worst?
I just didn't want to see anyone get hurt.
I'm starting to get used to that.
I apologize. I won't doubt you again.
Keeping our food supply secure is your responsibility. This better not happen again.
I'll make it my top priority.
I'm just glad they listened to reason.
Indeed. There is one further matter to discuss. Obviously, some kind of disciplinary action must be taken here. The question of what form it takes is up to you.
We have 4 choices, each with their own consequences. We could do nothing.
There's no need to drag this out. I believe they learned their lesson.
Your compassion and understanding speak well of you.
I agree, but they should be watched carefully, or they might try this again.
I'll take that holotape back. I also wanted to offer you something as a more personal expression of gratitude. I know that your work often takes you to the surface where supplies are scarce. I gathered these items together for you. I think you'll find them useful.
With that, we complete the quest, a house divided. We get 5 jet and 5 mentats. And if we choose to do nothing, the people of the Institute appear to approve of it.
I want to compliment you on your handling of the situation in bioscience. Bravo.
And X688 liked that option. And we can find Higgs and Loken walking around the Institute.
I regret what we did. In fact, I feel like a complete fool about it.
I suppose I'll never be trusted again.
Or we can put them on probation.
Put them on probation. Limit their access to quarters and non-working areas.
That's more than fair. I'll see to it that everyone's notified.
Good decision. Those men could still have a lot to contribute. They just need to learn their lesson.
X688 loves this option. We complete the quest, get the same rewards, but the people of the Institute have something different to say.
You showed a lot of leniency with Dr. Higgs and Dr. Loken.
Higgs and Loken are lucky to be alive. Not everyone would have handled that situation as well as you did.
And we find Higgs and Loken confined to their quarters.
I can't believe I let Lawrence talk me into that scheme. I was wrong about you. I think you'll make a great leader for the Institute.
There's no need to gloat. I'm man enough to admit that I lost. I wasn't expecting you to let us live. That surprised me.
Or we can banish them from the Institute.
Give them supplies and then throw them out. They're banned for life.
I wish I could say that that would be unfair. But there's no denying those men put all of our lives at risk. I'll see to those supplies. At least they'll have a fighting chance, which is perhaps more than they deserve.
The surface? That's a fate worse than death. They don't deserve that.
But X688 hates that. We still complete the quest, we still get the quest reward, and the people of the Institute think we went a bit too far.
I'm not saying that Higgs and Loken didn't deserve exile. I wish you'd given them another chance. Banished to the surface. It might have been kinder just to have Higgs and Loken executed.
Dr. Higgs and Dr. Loken are probably dead by now. But I doubt you'll lose any sleep over that.
What's odd about this is it's really amazing to see literally everyone in the Institute upset with the idea of Higgs and Loken being banished to the surface, a fate worse than death, after they tried to starve the entire Institute. But Liam Benet releases a bunch of synths that want to escape, and the only option is his banishment. And everyone in the Institute thinks, that was a good idea. Or we could pass a charisma check to execute them. And if we fail...
They were prepared to let everyone starve to death. They have to die.
What? Execute them? But that's not how we do things. Please, I beg you, choose something else. Anything.
We could try again.
If I don't send a strong message now, this will happen again.
I'm sorry, but I won't do that. We're not savages. I must insist that you choose another form of punishment.
But he won't let us pick it. We have to choose one of the other 3 options. But if we pass the charisma check...
They were prepared to let everyone starve to death. They have to die.
I understand. I'll make the necessary arrangements, though it saddens me to do so.
X688 disliked that option. He didn't hate it like he hated banishment. He merely disliked it. We complete the quest, but of note, Oberly does not give us a reward in chems. And of course, the people of the Institute have a lot to say about this choice.
You went too far when you had Higgs and Loken executed. And I'm not the only one who thinks so.
Higgs and Loken were trying to protect the Institute. They deserved a second chance. If you plan to execute everyone who disagrees with you, There won't be an institute left for you to lead.
Dr. Higgs and Dr. Loken were out of line. But do they really need to die?
Solving problems with deadly force isn't how we do things here. You might want to consider that.
Aside from that, there are no further ramifications for the choices we can make in this quest. Father doesn't even acknowledge the quest exists, and it doesn't have any ramifications on the overarching plot. That said, it is a window of insight into the values of the people of the Institute. They dislike violence, but they follow orders from their director even if they dislike them. And those who don't are guilty of treason. They value second chances, even when their lives are threatened. And above all, they think that life above ground is worse than death. Also, I think it's important to realize why this event occurred to begin with. It didn't occur just because Father named an outsider, a non-scientist, the next director of the Institute. That, of course, was a huge motivation. But primarily it occurred because Father made that decision without consulting the directorate. He made that decision without letting anyone else in the Institute have any input into it.
Can we talk about this?
Father chose not to talk to the directorate before anointing you his successor. So how about I follow his fine example?
At some level, the scientists in the Institute expect some sort of collaboration. They expect to have some input before decisions are made, and they want their voices to have influence. You know, like any other reasonable, rational thinking person. The scientists don't want to be ruled. At their core, they want to have a voice. And when their voices aren't heard, they take it personally.
You see, I've tried talking. For years, I've suggested that we do things differently here, but nobody listens. Let's see if anyone can afford to ignore me now.
And it can lead to bitterness and resentment. Essentially, this event occurred directly because of Father's authoritarianism. And what I find most fascinating is a conversation between Nate and Lawrence, which essentially goes over the pros and cons of a dictatorship compared to democracy.
You'd rather everyone fight over the job? Is that what's best for the Institute?
I agree that the transition will be chaotic, but eventually, a leader will emerge from that chaos.
Here, Nate tries to paint democracy as everyone, quote-unquote, fighting over the job. Lawrence admits that that would be chaotic, as democracies always are. But he says that eventually a leader will emerge from the chaos. That is to say, someone will be voted into that position. And with everyone in the Institute having a voice towards that election, fewer people are going to feel disenfranchised. A disenfranchisement that might lead to a rebellious event like this. I wonder how many times in the Institute's history scientists have rebelled like this. I get the impression that it's a pretty rare occurrence, which makes me wonder if in the past, before Sean took over the Institute, things were a bit more collaborative. The directorate actually had greater influence on the director. I have a great fear that the Institute's lean towards authoritarianism was started by Sean, and Sean wields so much influence and power that few people, except for stubborn old men like Lawrence, are willing to stand against him. But at any rate, we've solved all of the Institute's problems for now. In our next episode, we'll meet up with Allie Fillmore to see how she needs our help. Father mentioned something about mass fusion? To find out what that's all about, tune in to my next episode. I publish new episodes on this channel each and every week, so if you don't want to miss it, be sure to subscribe and to click that bell notification button. If you have already, but you still feel like you're missing out on YouTube notifications, consider following me on Twitter @Oxhorn. I update Twitter manually with every new piece of content that I publish. I have a merch shop with completely unique designs that you can't find anywhere else. My designs come on shirts in a variety of men's, women's, and children's sizes, and in a wide array of colors. They come on other items as well, like smartphone cases, pillows, posters, mugs, stickers, prints, etc. So if interested, you can find a link to my shop in the description below, or you can click here. If you like what I do and you want to support me in another way, consider becoming a patron on Patreon or a member here on YouTube. YouTube members get little badges that appear next to their names in the comment sections of my videos, and access to Ox emojis that they can use in my video comments and in the live chats of my live streams. But more than anything, I'm just so glad you're here watching this video with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with the next episode in the full story of Fallout 4.
There's no need to gloat. I'm man enough to admit that I lost.
Dr. Higgs.
I suppose I'll never be trusted again. I'm expecting you to let us live. That surprised me. We have several people qualified to become the next director.
In our last episode, we put down a rebellion in the Institute. We have dealt with all Institute emergencies. And so now, we can finally check in with Allie Fillmore to see exactly how she needs our help.
Dr. Fillmore.
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
What the hell is this operation about?
Hey, relax. We wouldn't send you off without the proper information.
I need some details here. I have no idea what I'm getting into.
Of course. That's why we're talking. Otherwise, you'd be up top already.
Not a chance. I'm not doing anything.
Look, I get that there's a lot going on right now, and this is all moving pretty fast. You're not the only one that feels it. Fact is, this won't work unless we've got you. So take some time, mull it over, and get back to me, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go over the details. Recent events have upset our timetable. Getting the reactor online has become our #1 priority. It needs to be running, well, yesterday. We're going to have to cut some corners. I'm not thrilled, but it means we'll need to rely on some pre-war tech. We're going to the mass fusion building to acquire a beryllium agitator for us.
What's a beryllium agitator?
The details would be lost on you. No offense. The point is, it'll allow us to boost the reactor's power and get it running sooner than planned. You just keep me safe. I'll worry about the agitator.
Oh man, I have one of those, but it's in my other pants.
You wouldn't recognize one if it fell on your head. That's why I'm going to retrieve it.
That sounds dangerous.
Any place above ground has its risks, but that's why you're in charge. You're there to protect me.
Consider it done.
I'll consider it done when I've got it in my hands. I'm going with you.
Is that really necessary? I'm sure I can handle this by myself.
Yes, it really is. Not only is this tech sensitive, it's old. Look, I'll take care of it. You just make sure I come back in one piece.
You're going? That complicates things.
Not really, no. I admit I'm not fond of going up top, but I promise to stay out of your way. This device we're after, it's very sensitive equipment, and it's pretty damn old. It's not that I don't trust you. It's just that I trust myself more. So, are you going to put up a stink, or can we get moving?
At this point, we could insist that she stay here at the Institute.
No way. You're not going. You'd be a liability.
Well, that's about the most insulting thing I've heard in a while. Okay, you're on your own then. Good luck.
Or if we want to avoid insulting her like that, we can agree.
Sounds good. I'd appreciate the company.
Not as much as I'd appreciate coming back in one piece. I don't like going above ground unless there's no other option. But here we are, with our options dwindling quickly. Not to put more pressure on you, but we have to move quickly on this. Word is that the Brotherhood is nosing around the area. We don't want them getting the agitator before we do. Head on up to the relay, and I'll meet you there.
Uh-oh. The Brotherhood is nosing around. Why is the Brotherhood exploring a pre-war nuclear power company? Do they know about the beryllium agitator? Do they need it for their own purposes? Or do they know that the Institute needs it, and they're just there to stop us? If the latter, how could they possibly know that, unless they have Institute spies? If the former, what sort of tech are they building that requires nuclear power? The last time we confronted the Brotherhood at Bunker Hill, they left us alone. Perhaps they didn't realize that we were with the Institute. After all, Bunker Hill is a trading city. Lots of other excuses for a guy like Nate to be there. Well, what kind of excuses would Nate have for arriving at mass fusion? If the Brotherhood must be able to figure out that we're working with the Institute. This operation starts at the rooftop of Mass Fusion, which means we have to relay in. We can't walk there to start the quest. So taking the elevator all the way back up to the relay, the way we first arrived at the Institute, we can enter. Relaying to Mass Fusion will make you a permanent enemy of the Brotherhood of Steel. Are you sure you wish to proceed? Yeah, the Brotherhood is not dense. If we arrive at Mass Fusion, they're going to be able to put two and two together, realize that we betrayed them. We could do nothing, but since right now we're covering the Institute story, we will use the relay.
You were right. The Brotherhood sure is here. Guess we'll have to go through them.
With that, we fail any current quests that we still have active with the Brotherhood of Steel. We arrive on the rooftop of Mass Fusion, and if we agree to allow Allie to come with us, she appears in a clean room suit.
Allie,
If I was a pre-war tech conglomerate, where would I keep all my best toys? This wasn't really what I planned on doing today.
We are on the Mass Fusion Executive Suite. This building was formerly swarming with gunners, but once we begin to quest Mass Fusion, the Brotherhood moves in and kills all the gunners. Now we find this rooftop swarming with Brotherhood.
Secure the air.
And it's a tricky fight. We've got knights on this rooftop, and they wield Gatling lasers. We can try to make use of the environment to do a little bit of damage. There are some explosive barrels up here, but there's also plenty of cover. It's just tricky to try and punch through this power armor with anything save a Batman. But with a little bit of time and determination, we can whittle them all down.
Soldiers, stay with me.
With the Brotherhood dead, we can explore the place. Heading inside the ruins of the Executive Suite, we find a Nuka-Cola on a console, and we can loot the numerous dead. There's an elevator that goes down deeper into Mass Fusion. Perhaps we can find what we need up here. Taking a staircase, we can arrive on the second floor, but the floor is really ruined. It's hard to move around. Moving forward, however, we find a Mass Fusion Executive Lab password and a Mass Fusion Executive ID in an executive desk.
Oh, good. You found the key card. Now we can see where that elevator leads.
Right next to a door leading to a small room. Moving into this room, we find a small reactor. Is this where we find the beryllium agitator?
No sign of the agitator. We'll have to search the rest of the building.
Oh, no, of course not. That would just be too lucky. Well, it looks like we're going to have to take that elevator down. But while we're up here, we can continue to explore. We find some scrap and a Nuka-Cola cherry on a cabinet to the left. And on a workbench, we find a tool case and a holotape. Oslo's office recording.
Calm down, Noel. You knew that this was coming. I don't understand why you're acting this way.
Don't tell me to calm down, Carl. When we started designing the beryllium agitator, you said it would be for the benefit of mankind. Instead, I find out that you have been planning on turning it over to the military all along. You lied to me.
Don't give me that high and mighty attitude. Have you picked up a newspaper lately? There's a war going on out there, Doctor. And if our side's going to win, it needs all the help it can get.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Since when did science start taking sides? What did they promise you, Carl? Money? Political favor? The goddamn medal?
That's enough. Like it or not, when the testing cycle is complete, I'm crating up the agitator and sending it off to Washington. Now, you have two choices. Either you can get back to work, or you can get the hell out of my building.
Well, I wonder which choice Dr. Chandrich made. But he was a little naive there. Since when did science take sides, he asks? Since forever. Scientific Scientific advancement is oftentimes fueled by war, as evidenced by nuclear weaponry, for example. Despite the absurdity of that question, I can respect the desire that his work not be used to further war. We can only delve deeper into mass fusion to see how that worked out for him. After looting a cooler and some mentats at a console, we can use the Executive Lab password that we got from the Executive Desk to access the Executive Research Lab terminal. And here we find 4 entries. Mass Fusion OS version 4.86, Executive Research Lab. In the first one, July 30th, 2077, 2K Oslo from Enchandrich, Research Lead, the 2 voices we just heard on that holotape. As per your instructions, the beryllium agitator has been installed in our primary reactor on sublevel 1. I've also increased security on all of the key readers in the building, so you'll need your executive keycard handy if you want to use any of the elevators. Okay, well that's all the information we need. The beryllium agitator is on sublevel 1, aka a basement, and we need a keycard to use the elevators to get there, which thankfully we have. But to continue, I'd like to go on official record that I am opposed to accelerating the project schedule. I find it disturbing that current events, e.g. global unrest, hasn't had an effect on your decision. While I realize your recent contact with the U.S. military may be making it difficult to follow a rational course of action, I strongly urge you to reconsider. I thought this is exactly why you left Poseidon, Carl. Oh, so Carl used to work at Poseidon Energy, which, as we know from established lore, had very close ties with the U.S. military. So, Carl Oslo creates mass fusion to presumably provide nuclear power to Massachusetts, but he becomes corrupted as well and starts working closely with the military. If we can call that corruption, Dr. Chandrich certainly would. In the next one, August 29th, 2077, a month later, to Carl Oslo from Enchandrich, Research Lead. I've been monitoring the reactor for weeks now, and the beryllium agitator is running at peak efficiency. In fact, I've only detected an EM spectrum decay of less than 1,000th of a percent. If you were hoping for a stable plasma reaction, it looks like you've found it. Congratulations. Perhaps you and the military should open a bottle of champagne together. Ooh, Dr. Chandrich, little snide remark there. In the next one, September 5th, 2077, just a few days later, to Carl Oslo from T. Reisenbauer, HR Coordinator. As of this morning, Dr. Noel Chandrich was escorted from the building, and his contract with Mass Fusion has been terminated. His terminal's memory has been wiped, and all of his research transferred to our mainframe. Dr. Chandrich has been made aware that any attempt to seek employment at a rival nuclear power company will result in a lawsuit. As per his contract, his pension and benefits are now frozen. If there's anything else you need from HR, please let me know. So Carl Oslo keeps Chandrich employed long enough for him to complete and test the beryllium agitator. And only a few days after he's done, he fires the guy, prevents him from working at another nuclear power company, and freezes all of his benefits. What's the guy supposed to do? Juggle? Or Dr. Chandrich? In the next one, Company Intramail, September 25th, 2077, about a month before the bombs dropped. All employees are invited to the 2077 holiday celebration. We'll be holding festivities on the roof of our main headquarters this year. We'll be able to dine with a loved one while overlooking our beautiful city. The whole lawn and live music will be on hand, as well as a special fireworks display at 10 p.m. Hope to see you there. Okay, well, the email went out on September 25th, inviting them to the holiday celebration. But when is the holiday celebration? Perhaps we need to delve deeper to find out. With this room looted, we can move upstairs to the 3rd floor. We see a pathway off to a balcony and an advanced locked door leading to another room. I couldn't pick this, but if I could have, inside of the wooden crate, flat axle, whole body, first aid kit, with a stim pack and a blood bag. Moving on to the balcony, we find it mostly empty. There is an oil slick on the ground, flammable, gotta be careful of that. We find a first aid kit by a chair, and that's about it. So, with the entire executive suite explored, we can head back down to the main level and use the key card we got in the desk to activate the elevator that brings us down deeper into mass fusion.
Going down.
work. Whatever has been powering this building remains intact 200 years later. The elevator emerges into a large atrium with floors and rooms on either side. But after a while,
It's an ambush!
the Brotherhood ambushes us. Somehow they knew that we were coming, and they knew where we would come from. We find them, already occupying every floor. It's a shooting gallery, and we're the target. We can't move. We're stuck in this elevator. We have to shoot these guys as quickly and as accurately as possible.
Something's out there from bound. Come on out. Nothing else. Waste of ammo.
At last, the last one dies. We continue down towards the main floor, but then
Blow the conduit! Now!
Cut the power to the elevators. It's clever. I'll give them that.
the Brotherhood of Steel blows the conduit powering the elevator. We drop the rest of the way to this floor, and more Brotherhood Knights fall from the ceiling. More soldiers appear on the balconies above us. We simply have to move from this open area if we want to survive. Racing forward, we find a door open to the southeast. This leads to a room filled with office cubicles. As we move, open a door, turn right, turn left, go through another door, past a terminal that we'll have to come back for, and up a ramp to open a door to a balcony that gives us a better vantage point to fire upon the Brotherhood.
Lost visual. Cut. Ad Victoriam. I'm in.
And with that, this floor is clear. Now to see if we can power up that elevator. Okay, back to the ground floor, into the elevator room, so we can regain our point of reference before we begin exploring. Oh, Allie's already up there. Gonna come down and join me, Allie? Ooh, athletic for an Institute scientist. After looting the bodies here, we can start by going through an open door to the north. This leads to an office, and here we find a mass fusion labs key lying on a desk. Next to this key is an expert-locked development manager's terminal. I couldn't hack this, but if we could, inside we find lore. Product Development Management Office. Alert. A power surge has been detected in Product Development Lab number 3. Main power has been shut down to prevent damage to the facility. We find 3 options in the printer. Research Intramail, July 23rd, 2077. 2W Goldberg, Product Development Lead from N. Chandrich. Research lead. Everything's in place and we're almost ready to get the beryllium agitator online. I have Kathy Holloway working on the graphene shielding, and the reactor team is working on the power calculations. That reminds me, Ms. Hathaway's contribution to this project has been absolutely invaluable. I'd like to recommend her for advancement. See what happens. So Chandrich was not only a principled scientist, but a good boss. In the next one, Personal Intramail, July 25th, 2077. 2W Goldberg, Product Development Lead from E. Denver's Particle Theory. What kind of bullcrap is Chandrich trying to pull, giving his recommendation to Hathaway? I've been that guy's slave for the last 3 years, and then that jerk waltzes in here and steals it all away from me? I'm telling you right now, you better do something about this, or I'm walking, Goldberg. Uh-oh. Sounds like one of his underlings got jealous. But you know, time isn't necessarily rewarded. It's talent, effort, and production. Did this Denver's guy really deserve it more than Hathaway, just because he had been there longer? Did Hathaway really work harder than Denver's? And the next one we find power management. We read the same alert, but then it may be possible to reroute power around the affected areas. Would you like to activate the automated rerouting procedure? Can confirm or cancel. If we confirm, activating power management subsystem version 2.81 done. Accessing building power infrastructure done. Rerouting power done. Main power has been restored. All systems are operating normally. And once we leave the terminal,
Dad ought to do it.
That should do it. Elevator ought to have power again.
with that we restore power. But remember, this was an expert lock terminal, and there are other ways to restore power. Once this room is looted, we head back out to the elevator room and turn left. The closed door to the left is locked with the Mass Fusion Labs key. This is the key we got on the desk in the last room. Opening it, we find a hole leading down. This is another way out. Instead of powering up the elevator, we could drop down this hole. We won't do that just now, because we've got so much more to explore. In this room we find a tool case, and a shelf, and a chemistry station. Then turning left from this room, we arrive in the room that we went into to reach the balcony to kill the Brotherhood. Moving through the cubicles, we again arrive in a workshop. There's an armor workbench here, a tool case, and next to a big nuclear device seeping with radiation, we find the Product Development Terminal. Mass Fusion Product Development, Research Inframail, June 20th, 2077. 2K Hathaway, the lady who got the promotion from Chandrich, Materials Division from N. Chandrich, Research Lead. Kathy, I just wanted to let you know that your work on the agitator has been invaluable. The shielding has always been a problem, but the use of graphene in the alloy was a stroke of genius. I just wanted to let you know that I'll be recommending you for a promotion this year. Good work. All right, we got some specifics here. She deserves the promotion because she came up with a solution to a difficult problem alone. Something that Denver's hadn't done after working for Chandrich for 3 years. In the next one, July 22nd, 2077, 2K Hathaway, Materials Division from N. Chandrich, Research Lead. Kathy, would it be possible to get a full sheet of your composite alloy within the next week? Carl's pressuring me to get the beryllium agitator online by the end of the month, or, quote, heads are going to roll, unquote. If you run into any problems, let me know. In the next one, a few days later, July 29th, 2077. 2K Hathaway, Materials Division from N. Chandrich, Research Lead. You're a miracle worker, Kathy. The graphene composite shielding was the last component holding us back from getting the agitator online, and you got it done in less than a week. I don't know how I could have done this without you. Another job well done. Keep this up and you'll be a development lead in no time. Kathy solved a problem and produced an entire sheet of the stuff in record time. I'm starting to get the idea that Denver's was simply jealous of Kathy's success. Backing out of the terminal, we find a weapons workbench here. We see a door that leads back out to the elevator floor and a ramp that goes up to the next level. From here, we arrive on a balcony and we can skirt this ledge to find one working door on the eastern side. Here we find some cubicles, and lying on a console is a copy of Tesla Science.
Excellent.
You've collected an issue of Tesla Science. Giant super weapons. Energy weapons permanently inflict plus 5% critical damage. All right. Righteous Authority is going to work even better. Though I bet Paladin Dance is regretting giving it to me now. Looting the rest of these cubicles does not produce much. We find a broken wall leading to a room, but it's blocked, and then a doorway leading out to a balcony. We can, however, jump over the shelves that are in our way to find an expert-locked box safe. I couldn't pick it, but if we could, inside we find ammunition. We don't find any more loot in this room, but next to it is the room that the Brotherhood blew up to deactivate the elevator. In this room, we find a circuit breaker. And if we couldn't hack the expert lock terminal below and restart power that way, we could this circuit breaker to manually restart it.
That should do it. Elevator ought to have power again.
Now, that's it for all of the balconies that we can access by foot. However, looking up, we see numerous floors that we passed when we came down on the elevator, and no staircase or ramp that leads to them. These are completely inaccessible, unless we have a jetpack. I toggled the free cam just to show you what was behind these doors on this level. Aside from a few Brotherhood corpses we find from time to time that manage to clip back here, we don't find any loot, no lore, nothing of interest. That is, until we get to the very top. On the second to last floor from the top, we do find one end-of-dungeon steamer trunk behind one of these doors. But once we get to the top, peering up, we see another level far above us. It's going to be a bit harder to get there with the jetpack, but it is possible. If we get to that level, however, the rooms have nothing, but standing on this level and peering up, we find a hole in the wall about 5 floors above us. This is really tricky to get to with the jetpack, but it's possible. However, it takes a tricky usage of chems, Nuka-Cola Quantum, and using a jetpack correctly to do so. But if we manage to get here with a jetpack, we find a room with a fusion core on a desk. But we're not done. Standing from this hole in the wall, if we peer up, we see another hole in the wall about 4 floors above us to the right. We have to use the same tricks that got us to this floor to get to this next floor. And here, we find a skeleton. The skeleton lies on a chair surrounded by empty bottles of Nuka-Cola. On his desk is the intern's terminal. Product engineering intern, Jack Rockford. We find 3 entries and a holotape. And the first, company intramail, September 1st, 2077. Please welcome our new product engineering interns, Alyssa Torres, Daniel Montgomery, and Jack Rockford. As part of Mass Fusion's industry-leading Education at Work program, these talented students will have 6 months of intensive, hands-on training in our product engineering division while working to earn valuable college credit. In the next one, September 22nd, 2077, from J. Berlin to A. Torres, D. Montgomery, and J. Rockford. This is a reminder that company resources are not to be used for your personal projects. This includes office terminals, mainframe time, technical documentation, reference manuals, paper, pens, anything. Work on your assigned projects and stop trying to improvise. Oh, what a bummer. You'd think they'd want to harness the energy and creativity of these young interns. But no, I guess. And in the last one, that same day, September 22nd, 2077, from D. Montgomery to J. Rodford and A. Torres. Can you believe this? The only education at work I'm getting is learning to brew coffee and fetch papers from that guy in records. Vincent, Victor, whatever. You may as well get some real work done after hours. Alyssa, how is your fusion cell research coming? Jack, are you really going to make those boots? The whole thing sounds a little crazy to me, even if the physics do check out. Boots? What kind of boots? Packing out, we can eject the holotape from the terminal and read it in our Pip-Boy. This is Jack Rockford's log. Welcome, Jack. Please select an entry. We find 6 entries, spanning the months of September and October. September 1st, 2077. So excited to be working at Mass Fusion. The other interns seem cool. Dan's a postdoc in nuclear physics. I'm sure he'll get to work on the reactor. Alyssa's a specialist in electrical engineering and energy capture. It kind of makes material sciences sound lame, but at least we're getting along well. I guess material sciences is his specialty. And the next one, September 17th, 2077. This sucks. The north elevator was down from maintenance again today, and the south elevator prioritizes the lower floors, so it took over an hour just to get out of the building tonight. I would have walked down, but there aren't any emergency stairs on this level. I can't believe they didn't put in stairs. Isn't that a code violation or something? What if both elevators failed? Sure. Redundant systems. But it could happen. How would we get down? I don't know. Jump? In the next one, the next day, September 18th, 2077. Idea. How about roofs that could absorb the impact of a fall? It's like power armor. Power armor has an integrated hydraulic shock absorption system, but that's too bulky to be usable without the frame to provide support. But if you could replace the hydraulics with a kinetic repulsion system, the same principles would apply. Could be worth a try. Oh, yeah, jump. Okay, and the next one, September 21st, 2077. They work. I need some way to show them off. I heard the holiday party is up on the roof this year. That's my chance. Have a few drinks and then just, whoops, fall off the building. Can't wait to see the look on their faces. I'll get the job for sure. Until then, I'm keeping them locked in my safe. Better if this is a surprise. Are they still in the safe? And the next one, October 23rd, 2077. The day the bomb threat. The key. I forgot the key. Whoops. And in the last one, October 26th, 2077. It's been 3 days now, I think. It's hard to tell. I only stopped in for a minute. I was just going to pick up some papers, and then I heard the bombs. It sounded like the whole tower was coming apart. Nearly did. The hall outside is a wreck. I can't even get the door open. The boots are in the safe, but I can't get them out. I drank the last of the Nuka-Cola last night. All I can do now is wait. Poor Jack. He invented some fancy boots that would get him out of this predicament, but he forgot the key to the safe. And here he lies, skeletonized, still surrounded by empty bottles of Nuka-Cola. Well, that must mean the safe is here, and it's locked with a novice lock. We can pick this. Picking the safe, we find the free fall leg armor set. Each piece prevents 50% falling damage, which means to be completely immune from falling damage, we have to wear both pieces. I covered the full details of the free fall legs, to optimize the way they look when they spawn, how to get the best version for your character in my video on the free fall legs, which you can watch here. But now that we've got them, we can take them for a spin. Alley-oop. And they work. Thanks, Jack. I will say that the free fall legs don't spawn if you use console commands to get up here. The spawn trigger for the free fall legs to appear in the safe is on the very edge of this floor by the opening in the wall, and your player character has to physically walk through there while clipping is enabled in order to get the free fall legs to spawn. So you have to use a jetpack to physically get up here to get the free fall legs. At any rate, once we've turned the power on, we can head back to the elevator and use the key card to activate it again.
Going down.
We again travel down, and this ride is uneventful until we reach the ground floor.
Something's out there. Something's out there.
And we have to fight them off. But remember, we found a hole in the floor back at the top of this elevator that led down. And by taking the elevator down, we miss all of the floors between that middle floor and here. So to get all of the loot and lore, instead of taking this elevator, we'll go back up top and take the hole in the floor down. Taking the hole in the floor drops us down into a bathroom at the top of this lower section, and we can snipe on the Brotherhood from afar. That's all we can see for now, so we'll begin to explore these rooms carefully. Turning right from the bathrooms on this ruined ledge, we can climb up a rubble ramp to the top ledge where we find a tool case. But that's it for up here. So dropping back down, we can jump over a broken corner here to arrive on another ruined ledge that we can follow to the other side. Here we find an explosives box. But that's it for this top level. We now need to drop down. Here we begin to loot the Brotherhood corpses. We see a big double door leading outside, a hole in the floor leading down to the next level, a ramp in the floor leading down to the next level, a cooler by a couch where we find a gunner corpse, These are the gunners that occupied Mass Fusion before the Brotherhood came in and killed them all. And across from this is an elevator. The elevator shaft to the right is open. We could drop all the way down. The elevator shaft to the left is functional, and it appears that this elevator works. There's a hatch in the top that we can open, but there's nothing for us at the top of this elevator shaft. This smaller elevator is a handy way to skip all of these floors and go all the way down to the ground floor where the main elevator would have let us out at. But of course, if we do that, we miss all the loot. Instead of taking the elevator down, we'll explore our way down. In the middle of this room, connecting these two sides, is a reception level. But all we find are Brotherhood corpses. With this side of this level explored, we can access the double doors that lead to the Mass Fusion balcony. We hear the sound of raiders below us, but we're well out of harm's way. There is a giant megalithic metal face on a wall above us. But there's nothing else out here on this balcony. Looks like if we were wearing power armor, this would be a convenient exit from Mass Fusion. But heading through the double door, we arrive on a balcony on the opposite side of this level. Here we find an office with a dead gunner inside. There's a mini nuke on a table and a master-locked wall safe. I couldn't pick it, but if we could, inside we find bottle caps and armor. Heading out, we find another hole in the floor leading to the level below and an out-of-order elevator shaft. Across from this is a Nuka-Cola machine with one Nuka-Cola cherry inside. So lots of ways down, we'll drop down through this large rectangular hole on the northern side of this floor. In this rubble, we find an advanced locked box safe. I couldn't pick it, but if we could, inside, we find ammunition, thrown explosives, scrap, and a stim pack. Directly ahead of us is a door that leads to a balcony overlooking the floors below. But instead of exposing ourselves to more gunfire, we can turn right through a hole in the wall to loot this western office. Find a little bit of scrap and ammunition in some of the containers. This leads to a door in the eastern wall, taking us to a balcony, again overlooking the atrium. There is a ramp below us that we could drop down to, or we can go through this eastern door to find Brotherhood.
Yo, Mike.
There are more down there, but we'll loot this platform first. We find ammunition and scrap in the various containers on this platform, and an overdue book that we can turn into the Boston Public Library, lying on a table. Hiding in one of these filing cabinets behind a dumbbell is a bottle of vodka. Peering over this ledge, we find a Brotherhood soldier.
Over here!
Now from here, we could either drop down into this room or go back out to the balcony and drop down to where this ramp is. We'll do that. From here we open a door to the north to find more enemies. From this room we can go through a door to the east into the lower section of the room we explored above. Here we find a bunch of containers filled with scrap and ammunition, a novice-locked suitcase on a desk with ammo and armor inside, and we can loot a ton of gunner corpses. This is where the Brotherhood dumped most of the gunners they killed. We find a duffel bag amongst the corpses, but this room is a dead end. Both elevator shafts at the end of this room are blocked. So heading out a western door, we arrive on the other side of the rubble ramp. Buried amongst the rubble is a human skeleton with a gold-plated lighter on the ground next to his hand. Perhaps this guy was taking a smoke break when the building crumbled. Behind us, there's a door leading to a rubble ramp that leads us further down. After exploring all of the containers for loot, we find our records terminal here. Mass Fusion Records Administration. We find 4 entries in the first personal intramail, June 17th, 2077, from These Summers to J. Berlin. Jenny, have you given any thought to my proposal? You haven't said anything to me in over a week, and now I'm afraid I've scared you away. I'll wait for you in the cafeteria after work if you want to meet. Uh-oh, could this be the start of a marriage proposal gone bad? We don't know his first name, but so far this is the only guy whose name starts with B, giving us the impression that this is the guy the intern D. Montgomery, whom we read about, would fetch papers and coffee for. Vincent or Victor. And the next one, July 2nd, 2077, again from Summers to Berlin. It's been weeks now, and you keep avoiding me. Why? What have I done wrong? Why are you tormenting me like this? You keep saying you have plenty of time to decide, but I feel like our time is is running out. Please, Jenny, I need an answer. Well, he was right. Their time was running out, not for the reasons he thought. And the next one, August 22nd, 2077, again from Summers to Berlin. Jenny, I'm sick and tired of all this waiting. I have plenty of others lining up to take your place, you know. The fact that you keep leading me on only makes me think you're beginning to enjoy watching me get upset. Well, guess what? If you don't let me know soon, I'm moving on to someone else.
Yikes.
That's a cry of desperation if ever I've heard one. Sure, he's got lots of others lined up. I buy that. And in the last one, September 14th, 2077, again from Summers to Berlin. I've been such a fool, Jenny. An impatient, impolite fool. I've been bothering you for months about my proposal when I should have simply waited for your answer. I've made all sorts of false accusations and assumptions. For that, I'm sorry. Take as long as you want, Jenny. Maybe after the holidays, you can give me your answer. For now, let's just remain friends and not let anything else come between us. Whoa. Well, I suppose Jenny was a little comforted to get that response, but I doubt very much that they could remain friends after this conversation. Now, we could go down to the next floor using the rubble ramp in this room, but there's still some that we missed on this floor. So turning around, we'll retrace our steps through the large room where we find another Brotherhood soldier. A legendary one. With him dead, we can explore through a break in the wall to the northwest. This leads back to the rubble ramp we used to get down here, but it also joins to a room with a hole in the floor leading below. Before dropping down, we still need to explore the opposite side of the room above us. When we came down the rubble ramp, we got caught up in combat, and so we didn't explore that side. Heading up the rubble ramp, we can turn left to find the balcony on the other side of the large room we explored earlier. Here we can loot a gunner, and we see that this leads to the rubble ramp that we could have used to climb down from the elevators above. Remember, instead we came down that large rectangular hole in the floor. Well, now we know where this connects. This small office has a little bit of ammunition, that's about it. We can open a door in the eastern wall to again arrive at the rubble ramp leading down. And that's this entire floor explored. So to continue, we'll go back to the room with the terminal that we last read and take the rubble ramp down. Here we can loot the dead and move through a hole in the wall to the west. This leads to the men's bathroom. There's a skeleton on the floor in a stall, but it's otherwise empty. To leave the bathroom, we open a door to the north, which brings us to the balcony, overlooking the main atrium. Moving forward, we find a catwalk leading to the other side and a staircase leading down to the ground floor. We see a couple Brotherhood soldiers. My inventory was getting full. Let's get rid of some missiles.
Reacquired. Heads up, they were dark.
Contact lost.
Leave no survivors. Victoria.
There, feeling much lighter. With these Brotherhood dead, we can cross the catwalk. We see that the gunners had repaired it with some scrap, allowing us to traverse to the other side. On the other side, we find that the door to the women's restroom is broken. There's an office across from us with an ammo box hiding behind a table next to another dead gunner. There is a staircase down leading out of this room, and next to it, a novice-locked door leading to a small office with a tool case inside. Before heading downstairs, we need to finish exploring this level. Heading back onto the balcony, we see that the staircase leading down is broken. We could jump across that, but instead we'll take the stairs down. On this mezzanine level, we find one small office with a little bit of scrap. So heading back out to the balcony that we could have leapt down to, we find a hole in the floor leading all the way down, or a staircase leading to another mezzanine level. From this platform, peering over, we see 3 elevator shafts on the ground floor. I wonder how many of these still work. And then taking the stairs all the way down to the ground, we arrive at reception. gunners and Brotherhood soldiers here. We can loot all of that to walk away with quite a hefty haul. Behind the reception desk is the reception terminal. Company Entramail, April 2nd, 2077. The Mass Fusion employee store is now open. Order your very own Mass Fusion branded hats, shirts, shorts, swimsuits, umbrellas, neckties, cufflinks, socks, tumblers, shot glasses, coffee mugs, and more. Please see Eric Roanoke in HR for details. I mean, yeah, sounds like something Mass Fusion would do. And something Bethesda would do. And heck, it's something I do. And the next one, August 19th, 2077. Attention all employees. Due to the unfortunate, quote, sit-in protest, unquote, in the main lobby by members of the public, new security measures are being implemented immediately. Please be sure to carry your ID card on you at all times, and stay within your designated areas. Do not exit the building using any door other than those designated as standard exits. Do not provide anyone with your login passwords or use of your terminal. Any deviation from these restrictions will result in immediate termination of your position at Mass Fusion. So why was the public protesting Mass Fusion? Were they just against nuclear power? Or had Mass Fusion had some accidents? This question is answered in my video on the Mass Fusion Containment Shed that you can watch here. In the next one, Company Intramail, August 19th, 2077, and we see that this is the same holiday party invitation that we read about earlier. So with this terminal explored, we can back out to finish exploring reception. Over to the elevator shafts, we see that the first one is empty, but we see the car waiting at the top. Now, this shaft does work. This is handy if, for example, we didn't get the free fall legs on our first playthrough, and we had to come back without the ability to teleport to the top of the Mass Fusion building, and we didn't want to climb all those stairs. The next shaft is empty, and the next one, oh, it's not a shaft at all. It's a staircase leading down. Heading downstairs, we find an open door to the right and a novice lock door to the left. Unlocking this door, we arrive in a small room with a chem box inside and some minor scrap. So turning around and crossing this hall, we find a large payments office, it looks like. There's an advanced locked wall safe on the wall right next to the door. I couldn't pick it, but if I could, inside we find a lot of ammunition and a little bit of scrap. There is scrap by the terminals, a gunner corpse on a sleeping bag by the terminals, and a duffel bag by the filing cabinets. That's it for this room. So back to the staircase, we return to the atrium, and we see that we've explored most of it. There's a beautiful sculpture in the middle of this room, and we see the elevator that we would have arrived at had we taken the main elevator all the way down to the ground floor at the front of the building between the two doors leading outside. Next to one of these doors is yet another terminal. This is the customer service terminal. Inside we find 5 options. In the first, pay my bill, we're sorry, but our billing services are currently offline. Please see a Mass Fusion customer service representative for assistance. In the next one, new accounts. To open a new account and begin enjoying the benefits of your nuclear tomorrow, please see one of our Mass Fusion customer service representatives today. In the next one, troubleshooting. You find 3 more options. In the first, my street has no power. If your entire street is experiencing a loss of power, then one of our substations or distribution centers is likely having a minor issue. Rest assured, we will work diligently to restore power to your neighborhood as soon as possible. In the next one, my home has no power. If your home is experiencing a loss of power and your account isn't in arrears, then please follow these steps. 1. Locate your Fusion distribution box. 2. Open the lead-shielded panel. Uh-oh. Not liking where this is going. 3. Flip the master reset lever up, then down. 4. If your home's power isn't restored, please contact a service affiliate. Note, Mass Fusion is not responsible for any health-related issues caused by attempting to service our Fusion equipment. I bet they're glad they put that in there, considering they asked us to open a lead-shielded panel. I wonder exactly why it's lead-shielded. And in the last one, I'm feeling sick. Many individuals assume that the Fusion distribution box in their home may present a danger to its occupants. While the device gives off a trace amount of radiation, we can assure you that it's completely safe. If you're experiencing the following symptoms, we give you our word. They are in no way related to our clean power technology. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headache, fever, dizziness and disorientation, weakness, fatigue, hair loss, poor wound healing, low blood pressure, skin flaking, or burns. Sure, those are all perfectly normal symptoms of, well, not radiation poisoning, obviously. God. Backing out of troubleshooting, we can read company history. In the spring of 2043, Carl Oslo dared to dream of limitless power being supplied to countless homes from a single power plant. After spending 6 years cutting his teeth as an electrical engineer with Poseidon Energy, Mr. Oslo decided he'd had enough with traditional methods of energy distribution and founded mass fusion to begin realizing his vision. After only a decade of research, Mass Fusion's Clean Power Initiative transitioned from dream to reality, and the switches were thrown. The people of Boston embraced this new technology, and by 2070, Mass Fusion became the primary power provider for all of Massachusetts. Now, as we look to the future, Mass Fusion hopes to bring 10 more power plants online in the next several decades. To open a new account and begin enjoying the benefits of your nuclear tomorrow, please see one of our Mass Fusion customer service representatives today. Brand new energy technology, same old corporate pre-war America. And in the last one, service status. Our next available appointment is in 99999999999 10 days. If you'd like to submit a service request, please see one of our Mass Fusion customer service representatives. Backing out of the terminal, we can head outside to see that we arrive in the financial district. And if we hadn't already, we discover the Mass Fusion building. We're right next to Diamond City. We've probably walked past this place multiple times. But the gunners outside are all dead thanks to the Brotherhood. We can loot on here. There are ammo canisters and ammunition lying about. But we are getting sidetracked. We still haven't found the beryllium agitator. And remember, the terminal said that it was in the sub-level. So heading back inside, what we're looking for is either another elevator or a staircase that leads us further down. And we find it when we climb the staircase on the northeastern side to find a door across from reception. Here, we find a door to the right leading to an elevator that requires a keycard. Turning around, we see a sandbag barricade next to a room, a bunch of scrap, a dead gunner, a couple of containers, and a Protectron inside. 2 Protectrons still in their pods, connected to a nearby terminal with red wires. While again, we had found others earlier. The terminal is locked but not unlocked. We can easily hack this. And inside we find 2 entries. The first is the infomail we read about the sit-in protest. The second is the infomail that says that they fired Dr. Chandrich, again, which we've already read. And then we find the option to turn on or off connected turrets and turn on or off the nearby Protectrons. We can go ahead and activate these, and they head out into the atrium to just mill about. But to continue, we need to head back to the elevator and swipe the ID card to take the elevator down to the sublevel. As the door opens, we arrive in a room lit by a cool light. There's a door to the right and a door to the left.
There's the reactor. Not a bad piece of work for its time.
The operative words being, for its time.
I don't understand how X6 can be so arrogant here. We are here, as the Institute, stealing pre-war tech because as the Institute, we don't have the technology that they do. We are here to find pre-war tech because the Institute can't make it. For its time? The Institute can't replicate this technology right now. For its time, it's better than anything in our time. But X688 and I think the Institute as a whole is a bit too arrogant to admit that. Now the door to the right is a staircase leading down, so we'll examine the door to the left first. And this leads to a small office. Here we find a novice lock terminal, the prototype lab terminal. After hacking it, we find 4 options and Protectron control. In the first one, Research Infomail, July 30th, 2077, to Reactor Team from N. Chandrich, Research Lead. Today we embark on a new frontier. Once the switch on the reactor is thrown and the beryllium agitator cold starts the fusion reaction, the reality of clean power nuclear energy will be upon us all. As the research lead on the project, I'd like to thank you all for contributing to the cause. Good luck and Godspeed. In the next one, August 1st, 2077, to D. Wabash, X. Vincent, C. Collins, from B. Thorpe, Prototype Engineering. And here we appear to find part of a text-based role-playing game being undertaken by employees of Mass Fusion who work on the reactor. But we're stumbling upon this story in the middle of it. By reading this terminal entry, we don't really understand what's going on in the role-playing game. So instead of reading this now, we'll collect all of the parts to this text-based role-playing game and piece them together when done. The next is Protectron control, and we can activate a nearby Protectron. He walks off to do his thing. The staircase next to this room leads to a dead end, so we need to head back to the room we came from, cross the hall, and head down the stairs and around a corner into another room with a terminal. We see two doors to the right, a door to the left, and a terminal on a desk. Next to the terminal is an overdue book. We can take this to the Boston Public Library. This is the attendance terminal, and it's locked with an advanced lock. I couldn't hack it, but if we could, inside, we find 4 entries and a bunch of other stuff. In the first research intro mail, July 30th, 2077, the first one is the email from Chandrich, congratulating the team for getting the beryllium agitator working. But the next 3 continue the story of the role-playing game, so we'll save these to piece together later. After that, we find Assaultron control, turret control, and security door control. Well, looks like there are some robots nearby, but they appear to be dormant for now. Looks like we could deactivate them all from this terminal. Remember, this was a master lock and I couldn't hack it in my game. So even though we could disable any security that may appear later, I'm gonna go ahead and leave these alone. Let's just hope I don't pay for it later. Behind this door is a locker room. You find some minor clothing items and a few pieces of scrap. A hazmat suit in one of the lockers, pretty important item. And a bathroom back here with a first aid box in one of the stalls. That's it for the bathrooms and the locker room. So back out, we see that the doors in front of us are locked, presumably controlled by the terminal we just hacked, which means that whatever robots we could control from that terminal likely come out of these doors. So turning left, we enter the main reactor room. There are 2 consoles to the right or left, but nothing in any of the boxes. Down some stairs, we turn left to take some stairs up to another platform. Here we find the reactor security control terminal, locked with a master lock. I couldn't hack it, but if we could, inside, we find security system status enabled. There is 1 entry here and 2 other items. In the email, September 5th, 2077, we find the email saying that Dr. Chandrich was fired, which we already read. But backing out, we find security systems control. Looks like this is another point in the reactor security system that we either need to disable now from this terminal, or we'll likely have to fight through later. And then we find a security door control. This likely leads to whatever we can turn on or off from the security system control. But again, as I couldn't hack this in my game, I'll leave it as it is. Continuing to explore this platform, we find an end-of-dungeon steamer trunk with a ton of ammunition, a cryo grenade, and a few weapons inside. Then, back down to this mezzanine level, we can cross the platform. To explore this opposite side, we find another door. Presumably there is a security robot on the other side of that door. Some ammo and a table, and that's about it. So back to the platform in the middle of the room, we can take the staircase down to join Allie.
Dr. Fillmore.
Looks pretty dangerous here. You have any sort of radiation protection on you?
Radiation protection? Like what?
Come on, you've been around a while. You ought to be up to speed here. The usual stuff Commonwealthers use. Rad-X, Radaway, a suit. Anything like that. You go in there without something and you're going to be toast. Glowing, blistered toast. So?
Nope. You?
Oh boy.
Don't worry about me. I'm all set.
Okay, good.
Can I just close my eyes and run fast?
Joking in the face of mortal danger, always a good sign. Here, I got a couple of doses of Rad-X, but I seriously doubt it'll do the job. See? This is why I wore the suit. Look, they worked on the reactor here. They must have had some kind of protection. Poke around and I'm sure you'll find something.
And she was right, we found that hazmat suit in the locker. Before we move on into the reactor, we find a terminal nearby called Reactor Control. Reactor status, the main reactor is currently online. Power capacity, 22,105 megawatts. Efficiency rating 99.9997%. Radiation level critical 153 rads a second. Warning: critical levels of radiation have been detected in the reactor chamber. Please take appropriate safety precautions. We find 4 entries. The first is Dr. Chandrich's email to everybody congratulating them. The second continues with that role-playing game we've seen on so many other terminals. But even this is not yet the full story of the role-playing game, so we'll save it for now and piece the whole story together later. Backing out of this terminal, we can move under the stairs to find yet another room. It looks like a Protectron room, but the charging dock is empty and we find no terminal. Behind the other staircase is another door leading to a Protectron room that's functional. We find a master lock box safe on the ground, some Radix on top of it with a hazmat suit on top of it. After looting a Nuka-Cola, we can read the Analyst's terminal, locked with a novice lock. Main reactor analysis. We find 4 entries. The first is the same email congratulating everybody, but the last 3 entries continue with the role-playing game. This terminal gives us the final pieces in the story, so at last we can piece the whole thing together. The game starts at D. Wabash's terminal inside the reactor. He was in charge of facilities. He's the dungeon master. After dispatching the goblins, you enter a large chamber. The room is moist, dark, and reeks of offal. Shadow Fiend, you feel as though 1,000 eyes are staring at you from the darkness, but your dark vision reveals nothing. Gandar, you notice that your sword is giving off a faint shimmer. Tamash, your spirit guardian whispers words of warning to you that something otherworldly is here. The next player is X-Vincent, the reactor attendant. He plays a stealthy, assassin-type character named Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend looks for a safe corner and draws both of his snakebite daggers. He crouches and says, "Tamash, there's something amiss here." The next player is Lee Thorpe from Prototype Engineering. He plays Tamash, a shaman-like character. Tamash reaches into his pouch and sprinkles his communing dust in a circle around himself. He closes his eyes and calls upon the knowledge of Diligasa. Diligasa, sage of the ages, show me what my eyes can't see. The final player is C. Collins from Reactor Control. He plays Gandar, a paladin, or something like it. Gandar draws his Demon Bane blade from its scabbard and waits for Tamash's incantation to take effect. He carefully watches the room for any signs of movement. Then back to the Dungeon Master. Tamash, something is preventing your summoning ritual from completing. All you feel is the cold touch of something dark and primeval creeping up your spine. You decide that rather than risk angering it further, you should cease casting. Shadow Fiend, you think you see something slithering across the ceiling above Gandar. Tamash stops casting and switches to his staff of brilliant sunlight. He incants the words and raises the staff high over his head to illuminate the room. He proudly yells aloud, "Dark foe, prepare to be revealed!" Shadow Fiend instantly hurls his daggers at the slithering form and yells out, "Gandar, above you, my friend." I got a 16 for the first dagger and a 7 for the second. Gandar heeds Shadow Fiend's warning and attempts to sidestep the attack he's expecting. At the same time, he takes a mighty swing with his blade. Looks like I got an 18. Not bad. Shadow Fiend, your daggers harmlessly strike the cold stone of the ceiling as they seemingly pass through the shadowy serpent-like form. Tamash, your staff would normally fill the chamber with pure sunlight, but something is preventing the magic from reaching its full potential. All you can manage is enough light to barely illuminate the room. Gandar, your sword cleaves air as your blade passes through the enemy unharmed. Tamash drops the staff, reaches into his left front pocket, and pulls out a pinch of sulfur powder. He incants the Flame Blaze spell and blows into the pile of powder towards the beast. If it works, the thing has to make a -5 fire check. Shadow Fiend removes his hand crossbow from its leather holster, slots in a clip of bolt +2, and takes careful aim at the creature. Using his power of insight, he attempts to aim at the creature's weak point and fires. Got a 3, a 19, and a 12. Lousy rolls. Gandar backs off from the creature, realizing that the Hellspawn is made of pure magic, and his weapons would be useless. My friends, magic is the only thing that can stop this creature of darkness. He kneels down and says a quick prayer to Bashlar, god of steel. Okay. Well, these nuclear engineers were playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons, or whatever the equivalent is in this universe, from their work terminal at a nuclear power plant. This is totally not terrifying. At least these guys were having fun. They could have had fun outside of work hours, but at least they were living life. From here, we've got safe control and Protectron control. We can unlock the safe and turn on the Protectron if we want. This means that there are only 2 security robots that we can control without investing in the hacker perk. 2 Protectron stations are only novice locked. So if we do get attacked by security robots later, and if we can't simply disable security because we can't access the terminal, we only have 2 Protectrons that we can reprogram to aid us. Inside the safe, we find ammunition and a pipe pistol.
Guess they weren't so good at mitigating radiation back in those days. Levels are almost off the charts. I'll monitor things from here.
With that, we've fully explored this room. And with the radiation suit on, we can move to the south. Here we find a door flanked by danger signs that lead us to a decontamination arch. This leads to the reactor. On the other side of that glass, when ready, we can head inside and push the decontamination button.
Now cycling airlock. Please wait. Initiating decontamination sequence. Decontamination complete. You may proceed.
Through the doors, we arrive on a catwalk overlooking a pool of radioactive waste. We begin to take on Brads, but thankfully they are minimal since we're wearing a radiation suit.
The thing we're looking for, the agitator. It should be in a port at the top of the reactor.
Right, a port at the top of the reactor. From this catwalk, we see a ramp going up and a ramp going down. Taking the ramp down, we can actually reach the radioactive waste at the bottom. Or could that be radioactive water? It's water, and we can swim in it. The suit protects us, so we can swim around freely. If we don't find anything down here, we could also try to drink it. Instant death! Yeah, probably could have guessed that one. So instead of drinking it, we'll head back up to the catwalk and take the ramp all the way to the top of the reactor. The catwalk goes all the way around the reactor. At the back, we find a drawer in this console filled with buff-out. Instead of Rad-X, okay, well, I'll take it. And at the front of the reactor, we find a catwalk leading to the agitator receptacle. We could activate the receptacle or push this big red button labeled the interlock release. If we try to activate the agitator receptacle, nothing happens. If we get too close to it, we die. So instead, we've got to push the big red button and initiate the interlock release. The agitator receptacle spins open, and now we can activate it to remove the beryllium agitator.
Normally, I wouldn't advise sticking your hands into strange fusion reactors, but I suppose this is the exception.
We've done it, and now I guess this reactor will stop working. It's been working for over 200 years. We read from the terminal entries that it provided power to all of Boston and most of Massachusetts. So I wonder what the topside ramifications are for turning this reactor off. The Institute is essentially stealing power from the entire Commonwealth.
Must be an old security system. Watch your back.
Chamber. Emergency lockdown initiated.
Uh-oh! With that, 2 turrets appear in the ceiling above us, and we've got to take them down. And the Protectrons turn hostile. The one we released now turns against us. But thankfully, Allie and X6 quickly put it down. If we wanted to use these Protectrons in any future fight, I suppose it would be best to leave them in their charging docks for now, release them later, and then hack them to make them our allies. Retracing our steps, we can go back to the decontamination arches.
Please wait.
Do not be alarmed. Law and order shall be restored shortly.
Decontamination complete.
Something's out there.
Once decontaminated, the door opens. Heading into the next room, we are attacked by more turrets. And a sentry bot comes to play. If only I had invested more in the hacker perk, I could have avoided this fight completely. But as it was, I had to be creative. I had to cheese this. The sentry bot was too big to fit into the room with the decontamination arches, and he can't shoot us on the other side of this glass. I took the opportunity to leap into the doorway, shoot off a rocket, leap back to safety while reloading to whittle this sentry bot down. But we're not done. After the sentry bot is destroyed, assaultrons appear. And I had to employ the same strategy. The problem is that the assaultron is small enough to get through this door. So I had to come inside and activate the decontamination arches. That seals the door. And the assaultrons stand on the other side of the glass, furious, but powerless. Then we wait for them to wander off a bit, and when they do, coming back, we can push the button again. The door opens, and we can sneak out. Then it's just a matter of getting sneak criticals, sneaking up behind the assaultrons, and maximizing our damage.
Decontamination complete.
Hostile. Calculating kill probability. Rep lost. Entering enhanced detection. Area clear. Hostiles at last contact. Engaging.
Shit. This is not good.
And finally, we need to destroy machine gun turrets in the next room. We finally destroyed all of the robots, and Allie is still having a good time.
Dr. Cronin.
Well, isn't this fun?
We can move the robot wreckages. Inside the room where the sentry bot was hiding, we find a terminal on a desk, next to an explosive box and a tool case. This is the facilities terminal. From here we find the security system control. This is a boon for players who might not have invested very high into the hacker perk, but did invest high into stealth. For after the master door opens and the sentry bot emerges, one could stealth into this room, quietly access the terminal, and disable security without having to hack the more difficult terminals outside. Directly above it, we find Personal Intramail, July 15th, 2077. 2D Greg Reactor Facilities from J. Niles. I don't know what to do, Debbie. I had Jenny from Mainframe Control up on 3 in here, and she was crying on my shoulder about that guy Victor in records. He keeps asking her to adopt his stupid puppy and won't leave her alone about it. What do you think I should tell her? Maybe I should talk to Victor and adopt the darn thing myself? Let me know. Puppy? We thought that email exchange was about Victor harassing Jenny about his marriage proposal. But the entire time he was trying to get her to answer him about his proposal that she adopt his dog. That's an interesting proposal. That doesn't make him any better. If if someone doesn't give you an answer when you ask something of them, they've given you an answer, and the answer is no. But this guy didn't have the wherewithal to figure it out. After looting all of the robots and collecting the beryllium agitator, we retrace our steps back to the elevator and take it to the main level of mass fusion.
These guys just don't know when they're beaten, do they?
They're dedicated to their duty. As a courser, I can respect that.
I'll help the synths buy some time. Make sure you get back to the Institute with the agitator.
Oh, what? The Brotherhood are back? And Allie stays here. All that talk about making sure the agitator stayed in her hands was for nothing. No matter which option we choose to bring her with us or leave her behind, we still walk away with the agitator in hand. The door opens up and the Brotherhood attacks. But moving across the way, we see that the two Protectrons that we activated and released before we went down the elevator are back in this room, and they're deactivated. We can use the terminal to activate them again and wait for them to walk outside and wreak havoc on the Brotherhood. But they get stuck. Of course they do, so we gotta open the door and deal with the Brotherhood ourselves. Now we could skip this. Allie and a bunch of synths spawn in to fight the fight for us. We could simply race for the door and hightail it out of here. But we want loot, we want experience, and we've got some ammunition. It's time to spend it.
Utilizing scout.
With that, we defeat the Brotherhood onslaught. Allie sticks around here with the synths, and all we gotta do is head outside and make it back to the Institute. Back at the Institute, we find Allie waiting for us inside advanced systems.
Dr. Fillmore.
I think that was enough excitement for a while. Ever. Thank you, really. Couldn't have managed it without you. I'll make sure the agitator gets where it needs to go. I understand Father is anxious to get you involved in something else. You better not keep him waiting.
With that, she takes the beryllium agitator from us, and we complete the quest, Mass Fusion. But we begin the quest, Pinned. Speak with Father. Looks like it'll take some time for the Institute to use the beryllium agitator to get their own reactor working. In the meantime, we've got to do another task for Sean. I publish new episodes in this series each and every week on this channel. If you don't want to miss that episode, be sure to subscribe and to click that bell notification button. If you have already, but you still feel like you're missing out on YouTube notifications, consider following me on Twitter at Oxhorn. I update Twitter manually with every new piece of content that I publish. I've got a shirt shop with completely unique designs that you can't find anywhere else. My designs come on shirts in a variety of men's, women's, and children's sizes, and in a wide array of colors. You can find them on other products as well, like smartphone cases, pillows, posters, mugs, stickers, prints, etc. So if interested, you can find a link to my shop in the description below, or you can click here. If you like what I do and you want to support me in another way, consider leaving a super thanks on this video. Your super thanks directly contribute to the production of this series. You can become a supporter on Patreon or a member here on YouTube. YouTube members get little badges that appear next to their names in the comment sections of my videos, and they gain access to Ox emojis that they can use in my video comments and in the live chats of my live streams. But more than anything, I'm just so glad you're here watching this video with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with the next episode in the full story of Fallout 4. We helped Allie Fillmore of the Institute obtain a beryllium agitator from the pre-war mass fusion nuclear power company. After giving it to her in advanced systems, she told us that Father was looking for us. And so heading to his chambers, we find that he's in a conversation with Dr. Dean Volkert.
How's your energy level? Feeling any fatigue?
No more than I'd expect from a man of my age.
Okay. You're sticking to the regimen we agreed upon?
Yes, Doctor. I'm taking all my little pills.
I see. And you've been getting extra rest?
Are there many more of these questions?
Okay. Any additional pain or tenderness?
Not that I've noticed, no. I feel quite well.
Interesting.
I believe we're done now. Thank you.
You wanted to see me?
I understand mass fusion was a success, despite interference from the Brotherhood of Steel.
What did you hear?
Dr. Fillmore's report was quite thorough.
The job is done. That's what matters.
For the moment, yes.
It would have been much quicker if they hadn't gotten in the way.
Yes. They are becoming a nuisance.
We handled them just fine.
That's what Dr. Fillmore reported. I'm quite pleased at the results. It would have been a terrible setback to lose that technology to those savages. The Brotherhood's intervention must be placed in a larger context, however, given their penchant for hoarding technology. Future conflict with them is guaranteed. We are, after all, keepers of the most advanced technology in the Commonwealth, if not beyond. It also cannot go unnoticed that there were concerns within the Institute about your allegiances. I, of course, never doubted your commitment to our cause. But by directly confronting the Brotherhood, I think you've put some others at ease. I'm proud of you, regardless. The Brotherhood is an issue for the future, and we must focus on the present. And look at me, rambling on like the old man I am. I'm wasting time. You're needed elsewhere at once.
Oh, good. Here I was afraid I had nothing to do.
Very funny. There's something that needs your immediate attention.
Do you need more parts for the reactor? I could have gotten them while I was out.
No, but it is related in a sense. What should have been a simple situation has unfortunately become complicated.
I only just got back. Now what?
I understand, but we have a problem.
Whatever it is, I can take care of it.
I certainly hope so. While you were working with Dr. Fillmore, a small team was dispatched elsewhere in the Commonwealth. Dr. Thompson was tasked with inviting someone from the Commonwealth to join the Institute.
Do you often extend invitations to join?
No, certainly not. Ordinarily, it would never be considered. But this case presented very special circumstances.
That sounds unusual. I thought you didn't let anyone in here.
Usually, you would be correct. This time, however, an exception was made.
Let me guess. He botched the job.
It is unclear exactly what happened. But at this time, I am not concerned with placing blame.
Sounds simple enough.
It was supposed to be, yes. There was no indication that this would be a problem. But the arrival of the team was an unwelcome surprise to Mr. Wallace. Somewhere along the way, he must have realized we've been monitoring him from a distance. He called in mercenaries to defend him. I'm sure there's nothing we can't handle. Ensure the safety of the team and Mr. Wallace, and see that they all arrive back here safely. I'll be waiting.
However, this conversation goes very differently if we're the general of the Minutemen.
This situation, I'm afraid, is something of your creation, however unintentional.
I find that very hard to believe.
Yes, which is why I said I believe it to be unintentional.
I've risked myself repeatedly for the Institute. And this is what I get? Whatever's happened, it's not my fault.
Calm down. Let me explain.
If I've done something to jeopardize the Institute, I'll fix it. You have my word.
I have no doubt that you will. But it's nothing quite so dire.
What do you mean by that? What's happened?
Well, while you were assisting Dr. Fillmore, a second team was sent out to invite someone from the Commonwealth to join the Institute. Apparently, there was some miscommunication, and this individual called for help, which arrived in the form of your Minutemen. My understanding is that no shots have been fired. I would like it to stay there. I need you to go there and speak to your Minutemen gathered outside. Insist that they stand down at once. Dr. Thompson is on site, and he will be your primary contact. I know you can resolve the situation, but it is of paramount importance that this special individual be brought to the Institute immediately.
Why all this effort? What's so special about this person?
Mr. Wallace? Despite a lack of formal training, our surveillance has shown he has incredible intellect. With his help, we may be able to drastically speed up work on the reactor.
I don't know if I can settle this peacefully. There may not be an easy solution with this.
They are your people, are they not? They follow you? Then they should listen to you. If they cannot see reason, well, I'm afraid that may put you in a difficult position. But please, hurry, before the situation deteriorates.
I'm not going to betray the Minutemen.
I'm not asking you to. I expect that since these people have listened to you so far, they will continue to listen. Make them see reason. But please, hurry. If fighting breaks out, it will be difficult to stop.
They'll listen to me. I'll figure something out. You can consider this handled.
Believe me, I already do.
So if we never encountered the Minutemen and eventually became general, this Mr. Wallace hires a bunch of mercenaries to protect him from the Institute. But if we began to rebuild the Minutemen by becoming general, he turns to the Minutemen, making this a much more awkward encounter for us. We discover that Mr. Wallace is hiding out in a home between ArcJet Systems and the Grey Gardens homestead. If we are not the general of the Minutemen, we find the homestead guarded by gunners, and they attack on sight.
Thought I heard something move.
Contact detected. Possible. Signs detected.
The gunner's dead, we simply walk inside to resolve the situation. But if we are the general of the Minutemen, we arrive to find Minutemen guarding the house. They're not hostile, of course, because they're our men, and we can talk with them.
What's going on here?
You're an unexpected surprise. We could use the backup. These Institute bastards aren't getting away. They'll have to go through us to get out of there. We don't know quite what we're up against, but it's good you're here to help. How did you hear about this?
Can you bring me up to speed on the situation?
Commonwealth citizen lives in that there observatory. Institute thugs showed up to haul him off, only he spotted them coming. He managed to fire off a flare gun, got our attention, and we got up here as quick as we could. Now they're trapped inside.
I'm not sure you know what's going on here. This situation is complicated.
Oh, I know exactly what's going on. These assholes think they can kidnap whoever they want, whenever they want. Well, not today. Not while we're here.
I can't believe you thought this was a valuable use of time and resources.
Are you kidding me? The Institute is clearly trying to kidnap a Commonwealth citizen. Again. And you're saying we shouldn't be here? I thought our whole purpose was to protect the people. To stop shit like this from happening.
You've done good work.
Thank you. Sir, so, how do you want to play this? We thought about trying to lure him out here, since it'd be easier to kill him. But then we realized we probably ought to storm the place, to make sure they can't disappear on us. That makes sense, right? So, you want to lead the charge?
What do you know about the person who lives here?
Not too much. Wallace is his name. Kind of an egghead type, but real squirrely. Keeps to himself. We've checked in on him every now and then, but he didn't seem to want the company. So, we moving in or what?
It's interesting that he said that Wallace was holed up in an observatory, when clearly he's not holed up in an observatory. This makes me think that the quest, at one point, had a very different structure. I'm curious as to what that looked like. At any rate, at this point, we have elections, two of which have the same result. We could say,
have your men hold their ground. I'll go in and assess the situation.
I don't think that's a good idea. Sir, we have to act now, or else we risk not only letting them get away, but taking one of ours with them.
Or we could say,
no one is going to do anything. Tell your men to stand down.
I don't... Are you kidding me? If we don't do something now, they're going to take that poor guy wherever it is they go. And we'll have failed. Again. Are you going to order the attack or not?
Both of which lead to the same dialogue tree. Note that he said, fail again here. He's likely referring to the Quincy Massacre. Considering this guy was recruited after the Quincy Massacre, it's good to see that he knows his Minuteman history, and he's taking it upon himself to help rectify the Minutemen's mistakes from the past.
You'd risk that man's life? You could get him killed too.
If we don't do anything, he's as good as dead.
I'm giving you an order, soldier.
Maybe you don't understand. This ain't the military, and I don't have to take orders from you.
Or we could try to pass a yellow charisma check. And if we fail it...
This whole thing is just a misunderstanding.
This isn't a misunderstanding. This is you telling us to stand by while the Institute abuses us. Why are you so against this? You do know which side you're on, don't you?
But if we pass...
A misunderstanding. Can't wait to hear this. Explain to me how this is a misunderstanding.
But this just leads to another dialogue tree with 4 more charisma checks. Even if we pass the charisma check, we get to the same dialogue tree that we get to if we fail it. Failing any of these charisma checks has the same result. We could say,
You sure you're willing to risk being wrong about this?
I'm tired of risking things. I'm tired of risking lives. And that's why I'm not letting them take this guy.
Or we could say,
You don't have all the information. I do. And I'm telling you, this isn't what it looks like. That man's not in danger.
You know what? I've got all the information I need. I'm tired of you trying to confuse things. Now you get the hell out of my way. I have a citizen to protect.
Or we could say,
I know for a fact they won't hurt that man. And if you get in the way, I'm gonna have to take you down.
Ready to back you up, sir.
Now you're gonna threaten me? Are you out of your damn mind? Or are you working for them? I ain't gonna shoot you. But you better stay the hell out of our way while we do what needs to be done.
Or we could say,
The Institute wants the same things you do. We can find a way to work together.
We don't need their help.
No. No way. Not after years of kidnapping us, killing us, replacing us with damn robots. Now we're going in there. And if you're not gonna help, you damn well better stay out of our way.
With that, a bunch of synths relay from the Institute and defend the homestead. The synths are aggressive towards the Minutemen, and the Minutemen are aggressive towards the synths. The Minutemen don't run up and raid the homestead. However, where they are standing, they're within aggro range of the synths, and so eventually they spot each other and begin to attack. If we stand back and let this thing play out, the Minutemen don't stand a chance. Within a matter of moments, the Gen 2 synths completely obliterate the Minutemen. In this way, we can resolve the Minuteman situation without getting our hands dirty. But if we pass those charisma checks, we get different dialogue from the Minutemen each time.
You sure you're willing to risk being wrong about this?
Look, I just want people to be safe, you know? I don't want anyone else dying, getting kidnapped, or whatever. We won't start shooting or nothing. But you better get in there. And make sure you're right.
You don't have all the information. I do. And I'm telling you, this isn't what it looks like. That man's not in danger.
You'd better be right. If you're not, that man's life is on your head. I'll have my men stand down. But you'd better get in there and make sure you're right.
I know for a fact they won't hurt that man. And if you get in the way, I'm gonna have to take you down.
Ready to back you up, sir.
Whoa, look. I'm not trying to get everyone here killed, okay? Fine, we won't act. But if they kidnap that guy, it's on your head.
The Institute wants the same things you do. We can find a way to work together.
We don't need their help.
I don't know about that, but look, if nothing else, you'd best get in there and make sure that man's okay. I'll make sure no one makes a move on him in the meantime. But, well, you'd better be right about this.
With that, the Minutemen stand down. They don't leave, but they're not aggressive. And Institute synths do not relay into the property. Or we could attack the Minutemen. With that, the quest log updates, we've eliminated the opposition, and this has no apparent effect on our standing with the Minutemen, presumably because all witnesses to this event are dead. Preston Garvey never finds out about it, he never talks about it, we never lose our status as General of the Minutemen. Or we can side with the Minutemen and turn on the Institute.
You're right. Let's go in there and get him.
All right, then. Let's
take them now, before they have a chance to get away.
All right. We'll follow your lead.
And if we do, Institute synths do not spawn outside. Instead, the Minutemen charge the house, and we can follow them inside. All of these choices greatly impact what happens inside the house. If we side with the Minutemen and encourage them to attack the homestead, they race inside. The synths didn't spawn outside, but they do appear inside. But the result is very much the same. If we stand back and do nothing, the synths destroy the Minutemen pretty quickly and pretty easily. And if we don't fire a shot at the Institute, we can continue working with the Institute as normal. In this way, we can solve the Minutemen problem while agreeing to work with them to their face, but abandoning them when they need us. However, we could side with the Minutemen and attack the Institute. If we do, Enrico Thompson turns hostile. If X688 is with us, he turns hostile. We have to kill them all. But doing so makes us a permanent enemy of the Institute. We fail the quest, pinned, and we fail any other Institute quests that we have active. We also fail any quests from the other factions who wanted us to maintain our cover working with the Institute. We also start all of those factions endgame quests, and we start the quest Banished from the Institute. If we kill all of the Institute in this room, we no longer have an option to talk with Wallace, the man we came here to protect. In fact, we find that he is not in the house. He's normally behind this door, but this room is empty. The only explanation is that somehow the Institute relayed this guy while we were fighting them. They got him anyway. The Minutemen go back outside and linger around where we found them. They don't have anything further to say. But if after making this choice, we fast travel back to the Institute,
What you have done? Did you think I would know you betrayed me? After all I've done, the lengths to which I've gone to give you a new home, a new life, for us to be a family. But you have made your choice. From this point on, you are an enemy of the Institute. Should you cross us, we'll kill you. Go now, and live whatever meaningless life you can.
and he relays us to the ruins of CIT. We lose our ability to relay in and out of the Institute, and we are now kill on sight. However, if we kill the Minutemen, if we kill the Gunners, or if we convince the Minutemen to hold their ground outside, when we go into the house, we can talk with Enrico Thompson.
Oh, thank God you're here. I was starting to worry we might not make it out of this mess.
How exactly did this happen?
I'm not suited for field work. I've said that over and over, and they sent me anyway. There was no indication that Wallace had been in contact with anyone or was aware that we might be watching him. If I'd known, I don't know. Maybe I'd have tried to handle things differently.
Let's focus on getting back.
I couldn't agree more.
It wouldn't have been such a mess if you handled it differently.
I never claimed to be suited for field work, and I explicitly stated that when given this assignment. Mercenaries. You believe that? There was no intelligence to suggest that he was that paranoid.
Everything's taken care of. You're safe.
It was bad enough when Wallace reacted so poorly to our arrival, but then Gunners? I was not prepared for that.
Or if Wallace called in the Minutemen.
Besides, it's not my fault that Wallace called in those savages.
Everything's taken care of. You're safe.
Good. Good. It was bad enough that Wallace started giving us trouble, but then he called in those savages.
Weren't you prepared for some amount of resistance?
Of course not. It was supposed to be a simple chat with Wallace and an invitation to join us. I didn't know he was this paranoid.
Those savages had you pretty well cornered.
Did I not mention the part where we didn't expect this? This was supposed to be a simple extraction.
Those are good men out there. You have no right to insult them like that.
Those good men of yours wanted to kill me.
Forgive me for not thinking terribly highly of them.
The Minutemen were only doing what they felt was right.
Well, from here it looked like they were out for blood. And if you hadn't arrived, I think they might have gotten it. Can we just get on with this, please? I know he's potentially important to Phase 3 and all, but I'm not sure it's worth putting ourselves in harm's way.
Why did the Institute send you specifically?
They thought I'd be able to relate to him with my scientific background.
This does seem like lots of effort for just one man.
Look, if things were different, we might not be here. Not now, at least. But with the situation in the Commonwealth being what it is...
As far as I can tell, you were only in harm's way because you screwed this up.
Look, I had the same intelligence reports as everyone else. No one saw this coming.
Disappointing, Doctor.
If he's really important to the Institute, then it's worth it.
You're right, I suppose.
What information do you have?
I know they've been keeping an eye on him for years. Not sure how they originally found him, but probably don't want to know. But once they realized how smart he was and what an asset he could be for Phase 3, they watched pretty closely. I think they even fed him scientific material from time to time to see how good he was, testing him, to see if he was Institute material. Let's just get Wallace and get out of here.
What does this Wallace guy have to do with Phase 3?
Wallace is, well, brilliant by all accounts. Like nothing we've seen in the Commonwealth prior. He truly has a gift when it comes to theoretical physics. He'd be an asset to the Institute, specifically in getting the reactor running. With his help, we could accelerate the timetable immensely.
We've already drawn enough attention. Time's wasted, so let's pick up the pace.
I'd love to.
What do you mean, get Wallace? You don't have him already?
I know.
No argument from me. Let's go.
Right. There's a slight problem with that. He doesn't want to know us. I was thinking, maybe you could try and talk to him.
Any advice on how to talk to him?
Don't make him angry. Let him know we're not going to hurt him. In fact, his life would improve considerably.
Talk is cheap. Maybe it's time to kick in the door.
No. We need this man on our side. He needs to see that we'll help him as much as he'll help us. Just don't antagonize him, and you should be fine.
I guess I'll have to, since you're useless.
I think that's a little unfair.
No problem. I'm sure I can get him to see reason.
I hope so. We really need him.
Now we've got to convince this Wallace that he's better off at the Institute. I guess just simply relaying him back to the Institute is the last resort. Before we confront Wallace, however, we can explore this homestead. There's a staircase leading to a top floor with a little bit of scrap and a door leading back out to the Commonwealth. This at one time led to an upper floor of the house, which is now in complete ruin. And all we find up here are a few synths. No sign that this was ever an observatory, not even an amateur one. Back inside, the ground floor where Enrico Thompson is, has a little bit of scrap, but that's about it. Though we do find a staircase leading to a basement. This basement door, however, is locked with an expert lock. I couldn't pick this, but if we could, inside we find an empty refrigerator, some minor scrap on some shelves and in the washer and dryer, and then a stock room with minimal scrap. Really the only thing of note in this room is an advanced lock safe at the bottom of a shelf. It has a lot of ammunition in it, including a stack of missiles. This must be Wallace's lab. Really the only scientific thing we find here is a Tesla arc trap on a shelf. There's a novice-locked toolbox beneath another shelf with some minor scrap inside and a chemistry station nearby. One wonders exactly how Wallace became as brilliant as he apparently is. That is to say, how did he demonstrate his ability to the Institute? With resources like this. It's not like he was working for a fancy lab or maintaining a nuclear reactor for, Diamond City or something. No, he appears to be a hermetic amateur, working for no one but himself, pursuing science as a passion or a hobby, not actually utilizing it. It's almost unbelievable that a guy like Wallace could exist in this post-apocalyptic wasteland. A man so good at theoretical physics, apparently no academic or scientific background, that the Institute needs him. So much so they're willing to kidnap him. I get the impression that this quest was trimmed down a bit from its original incarnation. Had we found Wallace as a working amateur scientist at an actual observatory, it would have made more sense for the Institute to monitor him and for them to want him to join them. At any rate, with the basement explored, we can head upstairs and try to reason with Mr. Wallace through a bedroom door.
Mr. Wallace, I'm here to talk to you.
You're another one of them, aren't you? Are you a robot?
Don't be ridiculous. Of course I'm not a robot.
That's exactly what a robot would say.
Sir, are you okay? Have you been injured in any way?
I'm locked in a bathroom to avoid killer robots. Of course I'm not okay.
It's not a bathroom, it's a bedroom, as we saw earlier. But whatever.
I mean you no harm. No one here does, all right? We're just here to talk.
You're not stealing my organs, or shooting me into space, or whatever it is you do. I won't let you.
Please, try and relax. I know this is an unusual situation.
No! You're here to kidnap me. That's what you people do, isn't it? If you even are people. I've heard all the stories. I know exactly what happens to people when the Institute shows up. Well, it's not happening to me.
What can I say to convince you that we're not going to hurt you?
That you're leaving and never coming back.
Right. We're here to steal your kidneys and your memories. That's why I'm wasting time talking to you through the door.
That's not funny. None of this is funny.
At this point, to proceed, we have to pass or fail one of two charisma checks, neither of which are easy. We can try to get him to calm down, but if we fail...
Hey, just calm down, okay? I just want to talk to you.
If I wanted to talk, I wouldn't be in here. Now just go away.
But if we succeed...
Fine. What do you want from me?
Or we can try to pass a red charisma check to threaten him. And if we fail...
Just shut up and listen to me. We're not here to hurt you. But if you make this difficult, you're going to regret it.
See? I knew it! You're here to kill me.
But if we succeed...
Okay, all right. What do you want from me? Why are you here?
If we fail both charisma checks, Enrico steps in.
Okay, look, we're out of time here. Institute, this is Dr. Thompson. I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a synth relayed to my coordinates offset by 5.3 to subdue our subject. I appreciate your help with the situation outside, but we have to get this man back to the Institute. I expect Father will want a report from you. The sooner we can get out of here, the better.
The Institute relays in a synth to incapacitate Mr. Wallace. We find him lying in bed, unresponsive. But we completed the quest, and I guess we helped. However, if we pass either of the charisma checks, we open up a new dialogue tree with Mr. Wallace.
Mr. Wallace, would you be willing to help the Institute?
Help? The Institute? Aren't they... I'm the bad guys?
It's important, and it'll benefit you. Just trust me.
You can't just barge in here and insist that I'm not even sure what. Please, tell me something about what's going on.
I can't tell you what it's about, but it's important.
Look, I'm really not comfortable with anything that's happening right now.
The Institute needs your help, Mr. Wallace. It's as simple as that.
My help? With what?
The Institute has an engineering problem that your scientific expertise could help solve. In exchange for helping us out, you'd be granted access to the most advanced research facility imaginable. Whatever research you wanted to perform, anything, it's possible there. I promise. You'd be safe and secure in a way that's completely impossible anywhere else.
You have a better option than what we're offering you?
No, I guess I don't.
Think about your future, Wallace. This is a way to secure it.
I suppose that's one way to look at it.
This is an opportunity you will never have again. Don't be stupid. Don't pass it up.
Don't call me stupid.
You'd be helping us create a better world.
That sounds good. Okay, fine. I'll go.
Okay. I think we've got this under control now. Thanks. Thanks for the assist.
You're gonna bring him in immediately, right?
Oh, yeah. Don't want him to start second-guessing the decision.
I'm here for the Institute, not for you.
Right. Okay. I gotcha.
Oh, screw you. There are plenty of things I'd rather have done than come fix your mess.
Wow. Okay. Message received.
Hey, I'm here to help. You're welcome.
I really mean it. I owe you one. I'll see you back in the Institute.
With that, we complete the quest, Pinned, and we begin the quest, Powering Up. We need to head back to the Institute and speak with Father. This quest is notable because up until now, we've only been able to piece together evidence that the Institute really does kidnap people from the Commonwealth through holotapes and terminal entries and working with planted synths. We haven't actually seen any first-hand evidence of it, except for the art versus art random encounter. But even then, we have to pass a charisma check to learn that the Institute really is trying to replace somebody with a synth. But with this quest, we are actively participating in kidnapping someone from the Commonwealth, not to replace him with a synth in this particular case, but to forcibly conscript him to join the Institute. Of course, we have an option, if our charisma is high enough, to convince him to come willingly, but those are both difficult charisma checks. And if we fail them, the Institute still takes him by force. Now, Father told us that this is really an exceptional situation. The Institute rarely, if ever, conscripts someone from the Commonwealth to join it. However, we've already found plenty of evidence that the Institute frequently kidnaps people from the Commonwealth for other purposes, primarily to experiment on them. And in those cases, they're less likely to send an Institute scientist to reason with somebody, to convince them to come to the Institute, and are more likely to send coursers to forcibly kidnap them at gunpoint, like they did with the original Roger Warwick. Heading back outside, if we manage to convince the Minutemen to stay down, we find them where we left them. But they have no further dialogue about this standoff. They just stay here until we leave. So essentially, the outcomes are this. If we ask the Minutemen to attack, or convince them not to, they likely charge into the house to their deaths. But if we assist them, we get banished from the Institute. All we gain by convincing them to stay outside are their lives. But even if they die, there are no ramifications with the Minutemen, and there are no consequences with the Minutemen for convincing them to stay outside either, despite the fact that we're using our position as general to interfere with the Commonwealth citizens' call for help, which is the very purpose of the Minutemen to begin with. We can complete this quest by passing our charisma checks inside the house, convincing Wallace to go willingly, or by failing all of the charisma checks and forcing the Institute to incapacitate him and kidnap him. There's not even a dialogue difference with Father when we head back to the Institute. But we'll find out what he has to say about our success here in my next episode. I publish new Fallout episodes each and every week here on my channel, so if you don't want to miss that episode, be sure to subscribe and to click that bell notification button. If you have already, but you still feel like you're missing out on YouTube notifications, consider following me on Twitter at Oxhorn. I update Twitter manually with every new piece of content that I publish. I have a shirt shop with completely unique designs that you can't find anywhere else. My designs come on shirts in a variety of men's, women's, and children's sizes, and in a wide array of colors. You can find them on other products as well, like smartphone cases, pillows, posters, mugs, stickers, prints, etc. So if interested, you can find a link to my shop in the description below, or you can click here. If you like what I do and you want to support me in another way, consider giving me a super thanks on this video. Your super thanks directly contribute to the production of this series. You can become a supporter on Patreon or a member here on YouTube. YouTube members get little badges that appear next to their names in the comment sections of my videos, and they get access to ox emojis that they can use in my video comments and in the live chats of my live streams. But more than anything, I'm just so glad you're here watching this video with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with the next episode in the full story of Fallout 4. In our last episode, we had a rather uncomfortable confrontation with the Minutemen at the Grey Garden homestead. After resolving the situation one way or another, we head back to Father at the Institute to find out what he has next for us. And he has the exact same dialogue no matter how we chose to get Mr. Wallace back to the Institute.
Ah, there you are. I cannot express how pleased I am. Our new guest is familiarizing himself with his surroundings. Yet he's already pointed out several inefficiencies in our methods. With his help, Phase 3 will be ready in no time. And it's all thanks to you.
Well, maybe it's because I'm the only one who seems to actually be doing anything.
Come now. Countless hours have been spent building and readying the reactor. True, you have endured some of the more dangerous missions. Such is the price of leadership.
A lot of work went into this before I even arrived. Just how close are we?
It shouldn't take long at all. The Facilities Division has it well in hand.
Let's just get the rest of it done.
Yes, quite.
I'm proud to help the Institute. Here's hoping it all pays off.
At this point, there is no doubt. It will succeed, and very shortly. There is one more part for you to play, and I think you might enjoy it. It is time to announce our presence to the Commonwealth, to request that they do not interfere with our plans. You should be the one to do it.
What kind of announcement are we talking about?
A broadcast. An announcement to the Commonwealth that the Institute is not to be trifled with. As the incoming director, that responsibility naturally falls to you.
Right. Because no one up there suspects the Institute exists.
This is not a joke. There's been too much posturing by too many groups. The world needs to know that we are in power and the Commonwealth is ours. As the incoming director, it is your responsibility to lead, to establish that place for the Institute's future. Please take this seriously.
You've got to be kidding me.
Absolutely not. You are to be the director of the Institute. You are the only reasonable choice for so important a task.
That's a good idea. Hopefully we can prevent violence and save some lives.
Yes, that is one goal. And if you are to be the new director of the Institute, you should be the one to do it. We've prepared some remarks for you to record. Once you're finished, we'll broadcast them to the entire Commonwealth. Use the microphone here and follow the script. It's quite simple. I'm sure you'll do fine.
And at last, the mess is removed. The Commonwealth is ours, says Father. The Institute is in power. Oh, and by the way, saving lives? Yeah, that's one goal. Kind of a little side issue there. We'll put a pin in that for later. You know, if we get to it. All right, let's see what this script is that the Institute has written up for us. We can read the announcement script. Let's see. People of the Commonwealth, for years now you have suspected that the Institute still exists, that we are among you. It is true, but it is not the whole truth. We are the future. Our superior technology represents the future of the Commonwealth. Today we activate our nuclear reactor, ensuring that we will preserve long after the world above ground has ceased to exist. Ensuring that mankind has a future. We have no desire to interfere in the unimportant details of your daily lives. We simply ask that you do not interfere with the Institute operations. To do so would result in dire consequences. You may rest easy. Know that the future is in safe hands. That mankind will thrive under our guidance. Yikes. This script was prepared by the best minds of the Institute. They really don't care what anyone above ground thinks of them. They think everyone above ground is unimportant. Their daily lives are inconsequential. And they fully expect everyone topside to die out and humanity to live on only underground in the Institute. All right, well, we see the microphone over here by this terminal. Let's prepare our broadcast voice. Apple, apple, meow, wee, ma, 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 wow, 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 wow. Brr, brr.
For years now, you have suspected that the Institute still exists. That we are among you. It is true. But it is not the whole truth. We're here. And we are.
And here, Nate has an opportunity to take some creative liberty with the script. We could say that the Institute is...
in control.
Or that the Institute is...
here to help.
Or that the Institute is...
your new masters.
or that the Institute is...
The future. Our superior technology represents the future of the Commonwealth. Today, we activate our nuclear reactor, ensuring that we will persevere long after the world above ground ceases to exist. Ensuring that mankind has a future. We have no desire to interfere in the unimportant details of your...
We could say that we don't plan to interfere with their...
pointless struggles.
Or their...
personal freedoms.
Or their...
pathetic existences.
Or their...
daily lives. We simply insist that you do not interfere with Institute operations. To do so would result in...
We could say that it would result in...
unnecessary difficulties for all parties.
Or that it would result in...
tragedy for all involved.
Or that it would result in...
your complete annihilation.
Or that it would result in...
dire consequences. Rest easy. Know that the future is...
We could say that the future is...
looking bright.
Or that the future is...
underground.
Or that the future is...
out of your control.
Or that the future is...
in safe hands. And that mankind will thrive under our guidance.
And with that, we record the speech, and we can get Father's reaction.
Well, that was... interesting.
If we altered the script in any way, he says...
Perhaps not what we originally intended, but it will certainly get your point across.
But if we stayed on script, he skips that part and moves straight on to...
Now it's time to make sure that everyone hears it. How would you feel about making a little trip to Diamond City?
What do you want with Diamond City?
Nothing with the city itself. This is a bit of a shortcut, actually.
I'll go if it's necessary.
It absolutely is.
There must be someone else you can send for whatever this is.
We don't have any other reliable above-ground operatives, and the locals are somewhat familiar with you.
I could use some fresh air.
A quaint phrase. Though I'm afraid the air there is anything but fresh. The radio station in Diamond City is listened to by many in the Commonwealth. If we'd like the people to hear what we have to say, it's the best way to reach them. Before we preempt their broadcast, we need to ensure it reaches the maximum range possible. I've been assured that the necessary parts are on site. You'll just need to install them to boost the broadcasting power. Report back when you're done. We should be ready by then.
And now we go to Diamond City. Looks like we need to hijack Travis Lonely Miles' radio signal. But we can improve the signal. Travis has all the gear on site. He must not know how it works if he hasn't improved the signal by now.
Good place to stock up on supplies, if you can stand the smell.
You hear about the battle between the Brotherhood and the Institute? The one at Bunker Hill? A bunch of people got killed or something. Total bloodbath.
Heading to Diamond City, we can make our way to Diamond City Radio, the trailer on stilts above Shang's Pond.
Hi. There.
Doesn't seem to be comfortable with our presence. We can try to talk with Travis here.
Travis.
I don't, okay. I really don't... This is why.
And he's just as charming as we remember. Well, to boost this signal, we need to find some spare parts. Thankfully, in a metal box beneath the console, we find a radio thing with buttons, a radio thing with dials, and a radio thing with tubes. We can loot these and try to find a good spot for them. We see 3 empty slots here. Activating the first one, a piece of equipment can be mounted in this slot. We can install the thing with dials, install the thing with tubes, or install the thing with buttons. We'll try the dials.
Okay, let's try this.
Nothing appears to change.
Don't break my stuff if you don't mind.
Oh, don't worry, Travis. When I'm done, your radio signal will be better than ever. If we can figure this out, next we can try to install the thing with tubes.
Maybe this goes here?
Nothing happens. So finally, we'll install the thing with buttons.
Alright, here you go.
Well, this was a big bag of nothing. Clearly, we did something wrong. But we need to remove all of these slots to figure out what. In this leftmost console, we can now try to install the thing with buttons. Aha! So this is the indicator showing us how strong the signal is. We've chosen the right slot, which gave us 3 green bars.
This radio station, you'll notice there aren't any other ones. So,
Well, don't worry. I'm not going to break it, Travis. Just trying to boost your signal here. Next, we can try the thing with the tubes. Ooh, nothing happened. Well, then that means it's wrong. So we can move over to this other slot and install the thing with tubes here. Bingo. That brings us up to 4 green bars. Finally, we can install the thing with dials in the final slot.
hey, I mean, hi. Again, hi? Hi.
There you go, Travis. Your broadcast is better than ever, so we're just gonna leave you to it. On our way out, we can hear what Diamond City Security has to say about X688.
Listen, Aldo is kinda scaring the crap out of me.
And they're not fans. To find Father back at the Institute, we move into advanced systems. And here we find T.S. Wallace hard at work. If we kidnapped him from the Grey Garden homestead in our last video, he's still a bit miffed.
I suppose I'm better off here, in the long run. I wouldn't have minded making my own decision about coming here, you know? Excuse me. I have things to do. I assure you I'm being productive.
However, if we passed a charisma check in our last episode to convince him to come here, he's much more at peace.
Hi. To think I'd be above ground, suffering, I'm much better off here. This place really is remarkable. I'm glad you talked me into coming here.
Hey there.
So many projects, so little time.
We see the laser grid protecting this wing of advanced systems is removed. We can now pass through this hallway to enter the Institute reactor. We arrive in what appears to be a much older section of the Institute. We do see some Institute technology and consoles here, but it appears to be a pre-war section of the Commonwealth Institute of Technology. In this room, we find some Rad-X and Rad-Away and a little bit of scrap, but the only way out is to go up a tunnel to the west. We see this tunnel is lined with machine gun turrets. Looks like Father's not taking any chances. At the end of the hallway, we find a control room filled with scrap and a few consoles. This has a window overlooking the reactor, but to get to it, we have to open a door to the west and head down a long staircase to enter a room at the bottom of the reactor level. Here we find a hooded clean room suit on a console, some minor scrap in the lockers, some more Rad-Away, a first aid kit next to some chemical showers, and some decontamination arches. We find many of the directors of the Institute standing below a platform upon which stands Sean. Appears like he's about ready to give a speech. We can